AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Toyotathon is on, and it's the perfect time to wrap up the year with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $279 a month for 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Now back to the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Coach Day's comments presented by Kroger as Ohio State prepares to face Miami. When you look at the season as a whole, how's the offense performed? Where does the offense need to grow?
Well, I think overall the offense has really moved the ball well. I think, for the most part, we've taken care of the football, and we've been explosive. We've had good balance. You've seen us do a lot of different things. We've had to run it. We've run it. We've had to throw. We've thrown it well. Areas we've got to improve on. Well, I think the first thing is, we've got to finish drives in the red zone. I mean, that's the bottom line. And then when we're converting on third down, that's when we're at our best. And you're seeing us keep drives moving. And so all those things are critical. We're always going to work to get the ball to our playmakers in space, create explosives, and then be physical in the run game up front. So, all of those things will be important here.
When the defense has been at its best, has it been when the outputs come from all three levels?
Well, yeah, because whether it's in the run game or pass game, it starts up front. You got to win the line of scrimmage. It's going to take 60 minutes, and we're looking to play 60 minutes in this game. We want to do everything we can to make sure that we get the game to a full 60 minutes of just intensity, and that means winning the line of scrimmage. And so that's where it's going to start on defense, and then it goes to Arvell and Sonny and the guys on the second level, and then to Caleb and the guys on the back end. So everyone's got to be on the same wavelength, but it's all about running and hitting and using great fundamentals.
And what's the approach been like, having multiple weeks to get ready for this game?
Well, it started off with recovery and then taking a look at self-scout, things we need to get better at. Then it went into fundamentals and keeping our edge with game speed drills, game speed reps, making sure we were really locked in with a great mindset, but getting on and off the field quickly, and then transitioning into game week. And so something that, we really talk to our players about and how important it is to make sure that we have our edge going into this game after such a long break.
Okay, we'll have some final comments when we continue on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Coach Day's comments presented by Kroger's. Ohio State faces Miami. What is kind of the first things that jump to your head when you think about the Hurricanes today, Ryan?
Talent. Yeah, talent. As good a front four as we've seen in a long time. And you know, really good nickel and Keandre Scott. He's as good as I've seen. Really good team on offense. You know, they have a big offensive line. You know, one of the best tackles there is in football. Quarterback is really streaky and can make a lot of big plays. He's played a lot of football. He's experienced, really good player. And then, you know, their wideouts are dangerous as well. So, a really talented group that plays physical, and they're playing with a lot of confidence.
Knowing kind of how you're going to answer this, but you've had players with great individual honors. The Thorpe Award, Heisman finalist, but that go hand in hand with the success of the team?
Well, that's what we talk about. Yeah, we say when you win as a team, individuals will get honored. And, you know, you saw that through the All-Americans individual awards, you know, all-conference identification. So they all deserve it. They've played really, really well. And, you know, there's one more that we're looking for here at the end of the season. But, and you know, sometimes I think those things should be given away after all the football's done, quite honestly. But it is what it is, and I'm glad to see those guys recognized.
Thanks as always, Ryan. All the best.
Okay, thanks.
That's Ohio State coach Ryan Day, and his comments are presented by Kroger. Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. This is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
For every Buckeye touchdown scored this season, the Heartland Bank Community Foundation made a donation to the USO of Central and Southern Ohio, benefiting our active duty military personnel and their families. For more information or to support our troops, go to usocso.org and be the force behind the forces. It's Ohio State and Miami meeting in the Cotton Bowl tonight. And the Ohio State offense looks to take an even bigger step when they face the Miami defense in this game. Buckeye quarterback Julian Sayin offers his thoughts on the Hurricanes he will look across the line at.
Yeah, they're a really good defense, and, you know, they're really well coached, and last game they obviously created a lot of turnovers, so it's going to be important for us to take care of the football and, you know, not put our team in a bad situation and put our defense in any bad spots, because we have a lot of trust in, in our defense. We have a great defense, so I think just, taking care of the football is going to be extremely important in this game.
And also offering his thoughts on the opposition presented by Miami Is wide receiver Jeremiah Smith, who, by the way, grew up in South Florida, is a Hurricane fan.
Miami defense is pretty good defense. That front is something special. We got Ruben Bain, got two good DNs, got a good interior, got a good back end. Their linebackers are very good. And mentality right now is just go out and just dominate everybody that's in front of us. We left a bad taste in our mouth against Indiana in the Big Ten championship. So offensively, we got to do better. Got to score in the red zone, and we got to capitalize on everything that we do from here on out.
But going into this game and looking to push the Indiana loss further behind them, tight end Max Clare thrilled to have the quarterback he has throwing passes to him.
I think it's just the consistency that he brings on a daily basis, whether that's in practice or the games. I mean, he's just a consistent person all the way through, and, it's something that you really want in a quarterback, and that's what we got in Julian. So, it's very exciting to have a guy like that and someone everyone can lean on, when times get tough.
And certainly, Jim, protecting Julian Sand and executing in the red zone will be two vital missions for this Ohio State offense.
Yeah, it certainly will be. And, as Julian said, taking care of the football, too. You got to make sure you don't turn it over. Miami's plus 11 in the turnover category, so they've gotten a lot more turnovers than they have given up. So that's going to be key for Ohio State tonight, just make sure they take care of the football. It's not only the line that gets sacks. They got 44 sacks for Miami, but I counted 10.5 sacks coming from the secondary. So their defensive backs or safeties also get involved in pressuring the quarterback. So you got to understand where they're coming from, not just from the line of scrimmage, but from different levels. So we'll have to be key on that. And then the 11, 12, 13 personnel, where they're going to have to be effective in the red zone. Traditionally this year, Ohio State has used a lot more tight ends in the red zone. We'll see what the game plan is going to be. Another note, Keenan Bailey will move from the sidelines up to the press box. Brian Hartline, the former, the new head coach at UCF, our wide receiver coach, he'll be down in the field. He's been in the box all year. And, of course, Coach Day will be calling the plays.
Down on the field, Tyler Danberg. Did you get an eye on Gabe Van Sickle handling the right guard position in warm-ups, Tyler?
Paul, for the first time since the 2023 Cotton Bowl, there will be a new starting right guard, and it's expected to be Gabe Van Sickle, the sophomore from Coopersville, Michigan. He was working at right guard with the starting lineups. Tegra Shabola, who had started the last 30 games for the Buckeyes at that position, is not dressed. He had been listed doubtful all week. He is in street clothes and sweats. Earlier this week, Ryan Day compared Van Sickle's potential situation to that of Luke Montgomery's in last year's Cotton Bowl, in which Montgomery has not relinquished his starting left guard role as of since. And for this offensive line, they're going to look to enter sicko mode tonight, because that's what they call Gabe Van Sickle.
Coming up next, we'll take a look at how the Ohio State defense will match up against the Miami offense as our AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics, wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country. Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan. Now back to the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Buckeye fans, AEP Energy is redefining the game with renewable energy plans for your home or business. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State athletics. The Buckeyes facing the Miami Hurricanes tonight. The statistics show how solid Ohio State's defense has been all season. Defensive end Kenyatta Jackson says it all stems from the tone set by head coach Ryan Day.
This group is, younger than the group that was, that won the championship last year. But I mean, his leadership and the older guys, like you said, the people that was on that championship team. I mean, we just take after him and we lead the team as well. And we just pretty much just stick to our routine that we did pretty much last year in this playoff run.
And in getting ready for this game against Miami, defensive tackle Caden McDonald says they'll all be as prepared as possible for all they have to do.
Well, Miami, they're a good team, ACC, but, it's all about us. And I feel like the preparation I put in, I feel like I won't be blocked. So whatever they got for us, we coming.
And another motivating factor, according to defensive back and kick returner Lorenzo Stiles, is the college career finality that exists if this doesn't go the right way.
Yeah, for me, it means a lot. Last couple opportunities to play, and really we only have one game guaranteed. So that's how we're looking at it, approach. Just these last couple of practices, these could be the last ones if we don't approach it right. So attacking that every single day, and just gearing up for that game, and then put on that scarlet gray just means a lot. So.
Jim, we certainly have seen this defense played at a high level all year, but again, the competition is up a level.
Yeah, you look at this Miami Hurricane offensive line. They've had the same 5 starters every game. Now, there's only 8 teams in the NCAA that have been able to accomplish that, so they've been a group that's been together, and Ohio State's going to have to find a way to penetrate that group to get some pressure on the quarterback, Carson Beck, and also slow down the rushing attack with Mark Flesher leading the way.
And from down on the field, Tyler Danberg, we've watched how linebacker Arvell Reese has played all year, All-American honors, but really the last 3 games he's not been at the level. I imagine you're going to be watching closely to see what Arvell Reese does out there.
Most certainly, and we'll see if maybe there was something that they weren't doing with Arvell Reese to save him for games like these, because that's exactly what he can add to this Ohio State defense. And the biggest thing with him is how he's complemented Sonny Styles. Sonny has talked a lot about the last few months. Him and Arvell Reese work together so well, and so much to the point where they know what each other is doing without having to acknowledge each other. They just know it's instinctual, and that's exactly what those two are going to look to do tonight.
We are getting closer to the opening kickoff for tonight's game between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Miami Hurricanes. The AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show has been brought to you statewide by Encova Insurance on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar. On your home of the Buckeyes, live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason, presented by CareSource, Kroger, and Spectrum. Celebrate the culmination of the 2025 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site. From the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Miami, we have you covered. It's the 2025 Ohio State football postseason, presented by CareSource, Kroger, and Spectrum. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central 2025 now for more information. Go Bucks!
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Horvath, deep second, he is up. Ball goes to Horvath. Horvath face back. There's a pass. Look out for this. It's a touchdown, Ohio. The ball is set down. Janowitz boots it. It is good. Janowitz makes the field goal. Ball goes to Anthony through there. And he makes it all the way. Look out for this kid. There he goes. Half a long Cassidy. And it is Griffin coming up the middle. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
He might go all the way. He's up the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Eddie George. Smith option play right side, steps up and gets to the end zone. Troy Smith.
When you're used to somebody else leading, there's nowhere else to look. You have to be the guy who does it.
To the 20, and he's going to take it to the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith.
It's going to take everybody on the roster to go win a championship.
To the 10, and into the end zone. Punt return touchdown for Caleb Downs.
In the plan to win, the number one thing is play great defense.
Gets the snap, waist high pressure right away, and he's grabbed his sack. Sonny Styles dumps him right around the 17-yard line.
It's an opportunity to learn and grow and see, what it takes to win in the CFP.
The 9th national championship in Ohio State history. A team that got into the playoffs and they played angry and determined. And they give Ryan Day his first national championship.
From Learfield, this is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics. Buckeye football is brought to you statewide by Encova Insurance and by the Ohio Kubota dealers on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield. And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Toyotathon is on, and it's the perfect time to wrap up the year with a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through January 5th, you can get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander, including hybrid models, with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get Toyota Care 2 years, no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan.
It's Ohio State and Miami meeting in the Cotton Bowl in Arlington, Texas in the college football quarterfinals. Tonight's starting lineups presented by the American Dairy Association Mideast. Chocolate milk has 8 grams of protein with the power to fuel everyone, including Ohio State quarterback Tavian St. Clair. He's built like a Buckeye, and you can be too. Learn more at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/built like a Buckeye. The Miami Hurricanes offense will be led by quarterback Carson Beck. Mark Fletcher will be their lead tailback. Malachi Toney, C.J. Daniels, and Keelan Marion, their top 3 receivers. Alex Bauman will start at tight end. On the offensive line, James Brockermeyer at center. The guards, Matthew McCoy and Inez Cooper, with Francis Maui Noah and Markel Bell, the tackles. The Ohio State defense opposite them on the line. Caden Curry, Caden McDonald, Taiwan Malone, and Kenyatta Jackson. Linebackers are Sonny Stiles and Arvell Reese. In the secondary, Davison Igbenosin and Jermaine Matthews, the corners. Safeties are Caleb Downs and Jalen McClain, with Lorenzo Stiles, the nickelback. The Ohio State offense led by quarterback Julian Say, and Bo Jackson will be the lead tailback. Wide receivers, Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and Brandon Ennis. Max Clare leads the tight end group. On the offensive line, Carson Hinsman at center. Luke Montgomery and Gabe Van Sickle will be the guards. Austin Saraveld and Philip Daniels, the tackles. The Miami defense on the line: Reuben Bain, Justin Scott, Ahmed Moten, and Akeem Mesidor. Linebackers, Mohamed Touré and Wesley Basaint. In the defensive secondary, Ethan O'Connor, Xavier Lucas, the cornerbacks. Safeties, Jacoby Thomas and Zachariah Poyser, with Keontae Scott, their nickelback defensive back. Coming up, coin toss and opening kick. This is the home of the Buckeyes.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. DirecTV now includes ESPN Unlimited. Visit DirecTV.com today. DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Included premium apps may vary. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment lease required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card and restrictions apply.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome inside the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. It is the quarterfinals of the college football playoff. The second seed, Ohio State 12-1, facing the 10th seed Miami Hurricanes, who are 11-2 here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Our keys to the game brought to you by DirecTV, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Stream the Buckeyes satellite free on DirecTV. Visit DirecTV.com to learn more. Jim?
Well, defensively, you got to stop the rushing attack. You got to make sure that you slow down what Miami's been able to do and had success. When they can run the football, everything works for their offense. They're averaging 152 yards per game. Buckeyes got to keep them underneath that number. Another key, offensively, you got to protect our quarterback, protect Julian Sane. Gave up 5 sacks the last game. Everybody knows that. We got to be good. We got to protect against this defensive line against Miami that is heralded and is coming in this game with 44 sacks. And the final key for the team, play every play like it's your last, because when you get into playoffs, there's no guaranteed game tomorrow. Leave no doubt.
Hey, on behalf of all of us, Jim, we're so glad you're here. We know it's been a tough week for you and your family, and we're just glad you're here.
Thank you.
Right now, Ohio State returns to the scene of one of their big successes last year. They beat the Texas Longhorns in the semifinals, a game in which Ohio State got 2 defensive turnovers. And when you think about defensive turnovers and defensive scores, Ohio State has had 4 defensive touchdowns in 3 Cotton Bowl victories. Now, one of those occurred, a couple of them actually, occurred in the old Cotton Bowl Stadium back in the late 1980s. And getting turnovers is something that opponents have been able to do against Carson Beck, namely the 2 teams that beat Miami.
Yes, again, that's kind of been the formula. When you look at it, SMU and Louisville, the teams that beat them this year, they were able to win that turnover battle. So, you know, it's one of the, obviously the keys that I had for this. So Ohio State's got to take care of the football and then get some takeaways on the defensive side. we haven't forced a fumble in a while. We got to get some sure hits, make sure we wrap up the ball carrier, and then get some other helmets, get some other guys to the ball carrier to make sure that they can rip out that ball. What's Coach Day call it? CPR, club, punch, rip. Make sure you pull that ball out.
Well, there have been a lot of memories relived about the meeting of these two teams in January of 2003 down at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona, when Ohio State won that national championship in double overtime. There's also been a lot of angst and feelings that have come from South Florida about how they feel maybe that was taken away from them improperly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, what a game. They were on a 34-game win streak. Larry Coker, their head coach, had a bunch of all-stars on that roster, and Ohio State just found a way. Basically, with a defense that they decided, hey, Mark D'Antoni was our coordinator. He changed it during the long layoff they had, and they came out and executed that defense, of course, led by that defensive line. And then, obviously, Mike Doss stepped up and had a heck of a game. Dustin Fox, cornerback. We had a bunch of guys there that played well, including our linebacker, Matt Wilhelm.
Yeah, Matt Wilhelm and C. Grant, who got home on that last play to force that incomplete pass.
That was the play of the game right there. C. Grant coming off the edge.
These two teams don't see one another very often. Ohio State leads the series 3-2, 3 Buckeye wins, 2 losses. Now, one of those wins is a vacated win from 2010. They had a home-and-home series in 2010 and 2011. Ohio State lost in Miami in 2011. They played way back in 1977 at Ohio Stadium. The Buckeyes are 7-4 in college football playoff games. They are 3-1 here at AT&T Stadium, the 3rd consecutive year that they've played in the home of the Dallas Cowboys. So there is certainly some familiarity around this area for Ohio State's football program.
Yeah, one of the rare opportunities. You get 2 Cotton Bowls in 1 year.
Yes.
Of course, this is the last day of 2025, but no one will forget early January, and Ohio State came in here and took care of Texas in a fantastic football game. 2 plays that stick out. Travion Henderson catching the screen pass right before the half, taking it to the house, and obviously the scoop and score by Jack Sawyer when they had Texas threatening to put the ball into the end zone. He changed it with a sack and then picked up the football and scrambled all the way down the Ohio State sideline into the end zone. So the Cotton Bowl has been good for Ohio State over the years.
It certainly has. The Miami Hurricanes have come out onto the field already. They are wearing their traveling all-white jerseys with green and orange trim. Ohio State dressed as they would be at home with scarlet jerseys, silver helmets, and gray trousers. They have just now entered the field here at AT&T Stadium. Ohio State coming in to take on a Miami program. While Ohio State's won 9 national championships, the Hurricanes have won 5, their most recent of which was in 2001 when they beat Nebraska in the Rose Bowl. This is only the 2nd time that Miami has played in what is known as the Cotton Bowl. They played here in 1991 when they beat Texas. And that's kind of amazing when you think about this is the 90th year of the Cotton Bowl Classic.
Yeah, and only one opportunity. You know, Ohio State's had multiple opportunities to play in the Cotton Bowl, and we enjoy coming to Dallas and AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas, to play this game.
Now we'll go down on the field for the coin toss with Tyler Danberg.
Miami's captains Keontae Scott, Mohamed Turi, Mark Fletcher Jr., and Inez Cooper. For Ohio State captains Brandon Innes, Austin Saraveld, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. Daniel Gautreau is our referee. It's an SEC crew. Let's listen in.
All right, guys, congratulations on earning a spot in the college football playoff quarterfinal at the 90th Cotton Bowl Classic. I'm your referee, Daniel Gautreau. This is your umpire, Walt Hill. Presenting today's coin is Kelvin Walker, chairman of the Cotton Bowl Classic Committee, and Doug Grassuson from Goodyear. Thank you. Today's coin has the logo of both teams on it. I'll flip it, and whatever logo lands face up will win the toss. Ohio State, you have won the toss, and you would like to defer. Which way would you like to kick? All right, turn your backs that way. Turn your backs this way. Ohio State has won the toss and elected to defer their option to the second half. They will kick from the west end zone. Good luck, gentlemen.
Buckeyes will kick to the left.
Miami to get the ball to start the game. Each Buckeye defensive third down this half brought to you by Corson Fire and Security, protecting life and property since 1946. From knowledgeable salespeople to highly trained technicians, Corson provides the very best fire protection and security solutions to businesses throughout Ohio. Learn more at Corson.com. Tonight's Atlas Butler game time temperature 72 degrees indoor here at AT&T Stadium. Atlas Butler, proud to serve Central Ohio for over 100 years. Their technicians are scheduled day and night, 7 days a week, including holidays. And since Atlas Butler is always open, you never pay any after-hour service fees. For all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs, call 1-800-FURNACE. Jim, this is an Ohio State defense that was number 1 in the nation in scoring, and a red zone defense number 6 against the rush. And they certainly, for most of the year, they played defense at a very high level.
They gave up 4 TD rush, 6 TDs passes, and 13 field goals, 106 total points. They've been fantastic all year long. And if they want to win back-to-back national championships, that's going to have to continue tonight.
And they're going to face the Miami offense that averages over 400 yards per game, 151 on the ground, 262 in the air. But they've got a real wild card in freshman Malachi Toney, a wide receiver who will line up at running back. He'll also throw passes. He is a real jackknife.
Yeah, you're going to have to find out where he's lined up each and every time. It's almost like on defense when you got a great pass rusher, a rover. You identify him, you know where he is. That's what Ohio State's defense is going to have to do with Toney on the field.
So the Miami offense will start the night first with a football. Jaden Fielding is set to kick off for Ohio State. Certainly he is a young man who's had a lot of focus put on him with a missed field goal attempt that would have gotten the game in overtime against Indiana in the Big Ten championship game. But Jaden Fielding has been very good with kickoffs this year, 58 touchbacks. For Miami, they have back to return Keelan Marion as well as Chris Wheatley-Humphrey. The kickoff is in the air, and that ball is going to be fielded in the end zone by Marion, but he'll take a knee. Carson Beck, fifth-year senior, transfer from Georgia, completing 74% of his passes at quarterback, 3,175 yards, 26 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He will be Miami's starter. He is 35-5 as the starting quarterback in his career, which includes all of his time at Georgia.
One of the few stadiums that doesn't run north to south. They're going east to west here tonight as we start.
And we will be looking at the game from the corner of an end zone as Miami has it 1st and 10 to their own 25. Mark Fletcher, a one-time Ohio State commit, will be a tailback. He'll be off the right of quarterback Carson Beck. Malachi Toney is one of 2 receivers wide to the right. Keelan Marion is flanked to the left with tight end Bauman off the line to the left. 1st and 10 Miami, working from their own 25-yard line. Brockermeyer, the center over the ball as Carson Beck gets the snap out of the gun. Beck back to pass. He looks and dumps it in the middle of the field where it is incomplete at the 30-yard line for Fletcher. The tight end may have been tipped.
Yeah, it may have been because that looked like a weak pass there. Protection wasn't bad. I wonder if one of the defensive linemen did get a hand up and tip that pass.
So it will be 2nd and 10. Miami working from their own 25-yard line. Again, coming wide to the right will be C.J. Daniels and Malachi Toney. Wide to the left is Keelan Marion. Tight end Bauman on the right side of the line. Pistol formation with Beck and Fletcher at quarterback and tailback. 2nd and 10, Miami from their own 25. Handoff will go to Fletcher, going to the right side, and Fletcher's going to be knocked down right at about the 27-yard line. First contact made for Ohio State by defensive lineman Edric Houston.
Yeah, Caden Curry was one of the guys, too, that was involved in there, helped slow him up until the rest of the defense got there. So they got him in 3rd down here in the first drive.
Of course, in 3rd down, 7 to go for Miami, working from their own 23-yard line, excuse me. 28-yard line.
Yeah, you're right, yep.
Yep, it'll be Beck and the shotgun. Fletcher off his right hip, 3 wide to the left, single flanker is wide to the right. Daniels and back is back to throw. Pressure coming, steps up, throws middle of the field, and it is incomplete right around the 45 of Miami. It was thrown for the receiver who fell to his backside, and it was Keelan Marion who couldn't quite get that ball, so to be 4th down, Hurricanes will have to punt.
Buckeyes were able to bring up pressure there. They flushed him out of the pocket, and then Carson Beck, as he got just near that line of scrimmage, let it go, and a little bit behind the wide receiver there. So 3 and out for this Buckeye defense. They'll punt the ball away.
Dylan Joyce averaging 43.7 per punt. A junior from Australia will kick it to Brandon Innes of Ohio State, who on punt returns is averaging a little more than 11 yards per. Adam Booker is the long snapper, snapping that ball for Miami from their own 28-yard line. Joyce, the punter, gets the snap at around his 15, rolls to the right, puts it in the air with the right foot. Innes backing up. Brandon Innes is going to field it at his own 20-yard line, and he's going to be tripped up and stopped around his own 25-yard line as Miami was able to get a defender down there, Isaiah Taylor, to put him on the ground. Each first down that Ohio State picks up, brought to you by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup, the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. Julian Sand, 78% completions, over 3,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Leads the Ohio State offense, who go 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Named just yesterday the Sean Alexander Freshman of the Year award winner. And he's going to work with his tight end in the backfield next to him, Max Clare. 3 receivers, including Bo Jackson out wide to the right with Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. 1st and 10, Ohio State from their own 25-yard line. Now a handoff to Jackson, who came back into the backfield. He comes left side, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 26-yard line by a whole gaggle of Miami Hurricanes, led by linebacker Mohamed Touré and defensive back O.J. Frederic.
And I think they're going to give him maybe the 27-yard line, so gain of 2 yards running behind the left side of that offensive line.
And here goes Ohio State right to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 7. As you said, Jim, from their own 27. Snap to Sand, fakes a handoff, tosses out on the right side. Incomplete for Tate at the 30, but that ball was nearly picked off as cornerback Ethan O'Connor made a nice break on the ball.
Yeah, he did break on that ball a little bit outside to the receiver out there, so something that Julian Sand is going to have to straighten up a little bit. And that's just his first pass of the ball game. Probably got a little nerves underneath him. Settle down and make your plays.
3rd and 7, Ohio State from their own 27. C.J. Donaldson will come in at tailback. Going wide to the right are Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, and Brandon Ennis. Now Smith will verse and come wide to the left. Donaldson in the backfield just off the side of Sand. Ohio State looking at 3rd and 7 from their own 27 here in the scoreless first quarter. Now Sand appears to be making a change of the play at the line of scrimmage. He'll drop back into a shotgun on 3rd down. Sand straight back to pass. Pressure coming. Sand's going to be sacked around the 15-yard line as Miami defensive end Akeem Mesidor got back there to bring things down. It'll be 4th down for Ohio State, prompting a punt.
Well, the Hurricanes overloaded the right side of our offensive line. That's the side that Indiana got a lot of pressure on the last game out. In the second pass attempt of the game, they pick up their first sack.
Mesidor now with 32.5 career sacks, number 1 of all active players in FBS. Joe McGuire, who averaged 42 yards per punt, is back at his own 2 to await the snap from John Furman. No score here early in the first quarter. Both teams have been forced to punt. McGuire puts this in the air, and Malachi Toney waits for a fair catch and makes it around the Miami 39-yard line. Hurricanes will have the ball for the second time tonight. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Encova Insurance. For auto and home, encircling you with solutions you can trust. Encova, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout with 12:49 to play. Scoreless first quarter. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
When you're here, you understand what it means to be a Buckeye. And at Elk & Elk, we're proud to wear scarlet and gray every Saturday. Every client, every day, means if you're ever injured, we're proud to stand with you in court. And when you're here at the shoe, we're proud to stand with you and cheer on the Buckeyes.
Whether we're here at the big game or in court, we are committed to you.
Elk & Elk, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, Andrew is an official sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, who knows a thing or two about American defense. 12:49 to play, scoreless first quarter. Ohio State and Miami. Hurricanes will have the ball to their own 39. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
On the offensive side for Ohio State, offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach Brian Hartline is on the field instead of being in the booth. Of course, he's headed to South Florida as their head coach, but is still with the Buckeyes. And after that drive for Ohio State, he went right over to Julian Sand, Buckeyes quarterback, and they talked about what he could have done there on that third down play in which he was sacked, the potential options that he had, which included Brandon Innes. Head coach Ryan Day went over to the Ohio State running backs and tight ends. First with his tight ends, he said to finish. He was big on them, ripping into them for their blocking, and then for the running backs, he said they have to run downhill and explode for 3-yard gains. The temperature
Well, Tyler, let's hang on. Miami's getting ready to snap the ball from their own 39-yard line. They'll have their second possession of the game. Beck gets the snap, and he'll hand it off Mark Fletcher going straight up the middle, and Fletcher's going to land at about his own 44-yard line, trying to take on the middle of that Ohio State defense.
Yeah, good first down run for Miami. They're going to pick up 4 or 5 yards on that first carry. He ran it right in that A-gap, cut back to the left side, and found a little crease.
Here they go, Hurricanes, 2nd and 6 at their own 43. Carson Beck straight behind his center. Brockemeyer in the shotgun. Fletcher off his right hip and fakes the handoff. Beck looks to throw. He looks left, dumps it out on the left side. Fletcher's got it to zone 45, racing to the 50, to the Ohio State 40, where he's shoved out of bounds by Jermaine Matthews, cornerback. First down, Mark Fletcher with a catch, getting him into Buckeye territory.
Good pass pro there by the Hurricane offensive line. No pressure on Carson Beck. As he looked downfield, didn't find the receiver he liked, went out to the sideline area and saw Fletcher there wide open.
So to be 1st and 10, Miami at the Ohio State 41. No score with 12 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Coming into the lineup as an additional receiver is Josiah Trader, goes wide to the right with Malachi Toney. Keelan Marion is wide to the left. Fletcher in the backfield next to Beck, the quarterback, who's in the gun. Carson Beck gets the snap, and he's going to hand it off Fletcher, trying to go left side, and Fletcher's going to be grabbed and thrown down right at the Ohio State 40 by defensive lineman Caden McDonald.
Yeah, and had help from number 8. Arvell Reese came in there and helped finish off that play there, so a little bit better defense there by Ohio State after giving up 2 positive plays for the Hurricanes.
2nd and 8, Hurricanes at the Buckeye 39 with 11.5 to play, scoreless first quarter. Marion goes wide to the left. Coming wide to the right is Trader. Now slot left will be bound on the tight end with Toney, the wide receiver. Carson Beck straight behind his center with running back Mark Fletcher right next to him. But Beck's going to throw. Beck looking, tosses it out where it's incomplete. Thrown for Fletcher on the right side around the Ohio State 35, where he had linebacker Arvell Reese right there in his neighborhood. Brings up a course and 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know if you heard footsteps or not, but Arvell Reese was right there to put the hit on Fletcher as that ball was coming in there.
So it'll be a 3rd and 8 for Miami at the Ohio State 39. This is the second possession of the night for the Hurricanes. Buckeyes had to punt after their first possession ended with a sack. Keelan Marion will go wide to the left along with tight end Elijah Lofton. Coming wide to the right will be wide receiver C.J. Daniels, and Toney is off the end of the line right. He'll break into a slot right. Snapped it back out of the gun. Carson Beck looks to throw, gets it away, and it is caught. And the receiver's going to be dropped right around the Ohio State 27-yard line. Caleb Downs makes the tackle of C.J. Daniels. That'll give the Hurricanes a first down.
Yeah, C.J. Daniels, a 6-year player, picked up his 38th reception of the season for a first down.
Ball marked at the Ohio State 27-yard line for the Hurricanes.
For a defensive player injury.
Looked like Lorenzo Styles a little slow to get up and hurriedly up to the sideline now, so we'll have to find somebody else to play some nickel back.
He got banged up a little bit late in the season. 10:45 to play, scoreless first quarter, but Miami on the march. 1st and 10, the Hurricanes at Ohio State's 27-yard line.
Devin Sanchez comes into the ball game. That'll allow Jermaine Matthews to play a little bit of a nickel back.
Now Malachi Toney straight behind center to take a direct snap in what they call the Malacat, with Carson Beck one of 2 wide to the left. Toney gets the snap, runs to the right side, Toney, and he's going to be piled up and stopped right around the Ohio State 23 or 24-yard line, as Arvell Reese, linebacker, was one of those Buckeyes down there at the bottom of the pile.
Now this drive started on the 39-yard line on the Miami sideline. Now they're getting close to the Ohio State red zone, so it's time to button things up for Ohio State's defense. Matt Patricia coordinating.
2nd and 6, Miami at the Ohio State 23-yard line. Carson Beck returns to his normal quarterback position out of shotgun. Tailback Mark Fletcher is off his right-hand hip. 2 receivers sent out wide to the right, actually 3 with the tight end Lofton, who will now motion to the left. And now the snap to Carson Beck. Miami quarterback looks to throw, but he'll take off running up the middle where he's got some room. Caden Curry will drop him around the Ohio State 20. The stop made by the defensive end, Caden Curry.
Well, short of picking up the first down there. So 3rd down, they still have another down to pick up that first down.
3rd down, 3 to go with the ball at the Ohio State 20. Miami subbing in a handful of different players. Of course, in 3rd down for Ohio State's defense.
Yeah, bringing in some tight ends. Let's see if they go with the running type situation here.
A tight end that they don't have listed with a number on their roster. Actually, you know what I think it is? It's going to be Seo Olefetole, who they bring in as an extra blocking back on short yardage. Carson Beck will be under center on his third and short from the Ohio State 20. And Beck's going to hand it. Fletcher moving straight ahead. Looks like he's going to get the first down as he's cut down around the Ohio State 18. Maybe the first down. Again, we're looking at it from the opposite side. Oh, wow. And Ohio State's going to come away with the ball. And coming away with it is Peyton Pierce, linebacker.
Fumble recovered by Ohio State.
Peyton Pierce had just come in at linebacker as a sub, and he comes up with a fumble as Fletcher coughed that ball up. Timeout on the field with 8:51 to play first quarter. No score, Ohio State and Miami. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Listen up, Buckeye Nation. Tailgates, busy mornings, even meal prep. Ohio eggs fit every game plan. Packed with healthy protein, easy to prepare, and always a crowd pleaser. Ohio eggs are the MVP of your plate. When you add a dozen eggs to your cart, you're not just buying breakfast. You're getting 1.5 pounds of protein-rich food for nutritious meals, quick snacks, and game day favorites. All in one carton. Thanks to Ohio farmers, more than 11 billion nutritious eggs are produced in the Buckeye State every year. Your playbook for delicious meals starts at ohioeggs.com.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at Safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Score perks on game day essentials all season long at Giant Eagle. Remember, Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. We have 8:51 to play scoreless first quarter, but Ohio State has the ball after a Peyton Pierce fumble recovery. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
That fumble recovery for the Lucas Lovejoy High School product. Peyton Pierce here in nearby Texas provided an electric shock for this Ohio State sideline. Now, meanwhile, an injury update on defensive back Lorenzo Stiles Jr. He went back into the black medical tent on the far sideline. He was holding that upper right arm. He's been dealing with shoulder issues throughout the year, so we'll monitor Stiles' condition as we go.
Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
8 minutes and 51 seconds to play scoreless first quarter, but Ohio State, thanks to a Peyton Pierce recovery of a fumble by Mark Fletcher, Miami running back, gives the Buckeyes the ball for the second time tonight. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's see if they can generate something offensively. Had a 3-and-out, gave up a sack. Way backed up, had to punt the football away last series for the Buckeyes.
Well, Julian Sand coming off a game against Indiana where he was 21 for 29 passing, 258 yards, a touchdown and an interception. But he absorbed that sack from Akeem Mesidor to end that last possession. And the Buckeyes will now move from right to left here at AT&T Stadium, the 90th annual Cotton Bowl Classic and the 15th that has been played here in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, right now, Carson Beck was 2 of 5 throwing so far in his first 2 series of the game.
Bo Jackson, a tailback off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sand. Innocent Tate flanked wide to the left. Smith is wide to the right. Sand in a shotgun with a snap. Fakes a handoff, looks to throw, fires out on the right side where it is caught. Jeremiah Smith dances his way to his 29-yard line, where he is finally cut down there by linebacker Wesley Bassett of Miami. It is a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Yeah, they go ahead and move the chain. So that was a good, quick release there by Julian Sand. Nice route there by Jeremiah Smith.
Making what was his 81st catch of his stellar sophomore season. Ohio State 1st and 10 now with their own 29-yard line here in the scoreless first quarter. Smith started wide right. He'll come wide to left with Max Clare and Carnell Tate. Freshman Bo Jackson at tailback. He's in the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sand. Now he shifts behind him in a pistol. Snap to Sand. Hands it to Bo Jackson. Coming left side. Jackson is swallowed up at his own 25, and he's going to be thrown down at about the 24 by defensive end Reuben Bain, the Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC Conference.
And they tried to run that wide, get to the outside there, but Reuben Bain didn't give up, contained, working against offensive lineman Austin Saravel. He drove him backwards. Buckeyes lose a couple yards on that play.
To make it 2nd and 12 with the ball marked at their own 27-yard line. Under 8 minutes to play, scoreless first quarter. Smith will go wide to the right. Tate wide to the left. Tight end Clare, part of an offset eye in the backfield with quarterback Julian Sand. The tailback is Bo Jackson. It is 2nd and 12. Ohio State at their own 27. Snap to Sand. Hands to Jackson running right side. He's loose to his own 25. Cut down at his own 30-yard line. Stopped by defensive back Zachariah Poyser. But a nice run by freshman Bo Jackson.
Yeah, there's a nice hole there, too, that Ohio State was able to develop. They found a little bit of room inside. Was able to cut that inside and get a decent gain.
To make it 3rd and 4, Ohio State at their own 35-yard line. Scoreless first quarter as we near the 7-minute mark. Carnell Tate comes wide to the left. Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Ennis wide right. C.J. Donaldson is in a tailback with Sand. 3rd and 4. Buckeyes at their own 35-yard line. Hinsman the center over the ball. Snaps it to the quarterback, Julian Sand, who looks to throw. Tosses that one down the left sideline. Carnell Tate incomplete at the 45 of Miami as the Hurricanes had some pretty good coverage and aggressive coverage put on back there by defensive back O.J. Frederick. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the second punt of the ball game. They picked up a first down there, then went backwards on first down, had a decent run there on second down, and Buckeyes just threw that incomplete pass. No chance there for Carnell Tate.
Well, Malachi Toney, who had over 80 yards punt returns in last week's win at Texas A&M, is back to await the Joe McGuire punt. It is 4th and 4. Ohio State with the ball at their own 35. That's where John Furman, the long snapper, is positioned over the ball. McGuire's at his 20, gets the punt, rolls to his right, puts it in the air from the 24-yard line. Toney drifting to his left, waves 4, and he makes a fair catch at the Miami 18-yard line. 6:36 to play. Scoreless first quarter with the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Miami Hurricanes. Timeout on the field. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics, wherever Buckeye fans gather from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country. Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, you will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over. Funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. 6:36 to play. Scoreless first quarter here in Arlington, Texas. Ohio State and Miami dead even at zeros. And that Miami off defense has given Ohio State's offensive line more than they have been able to really successfully deal with right now, Jim.
Well, they've had a total of 9 yards in their first 2 series. So you're right. They got 1 first down. Miami's got 45 yards, 29 yards pass, 16 yards rushing. So they've had a little bit more success. But, of course, Ohio State was able to pick up that fumble forced by Peyton Pierce that last drive.
So Miami will start this drive, their third of the night, from their own 17-yard line. Carson Beck, who is a backup quarterback at Georgia when Ohio State played the Bulldogs in the college football playoff a few years ago. He backed up Stetson Bennett and was part as a backup of the 2 national championships that the Bulldogs won in consecutive order. Has had over 10,000 career passing yards in his 5th season.
Yeah, 10,984, I think. Probably over 11,000 now.
Yeah, it is over 11. So, Miami with the ball, 1st and 10 to their own 17. Mark Fletcher remains a tailback. He is to the left of Carson Beck. He's got a single receiver. Daniels out wide to the right. 3 others to the left. Beck gets the snap, drops back at his 10 to pass. Looks all over the place, takes off running. He'll scoot to his own 20-yard line and slide and go down at his 36-yard line right in front of Ohio State defensive back Caleb Downs. But Beck picks up. Is it enough for the first down?
Yeah, a little shy.
Okay.
That time Ohio State came to the corner blitz. Jermaine Matthews came off the Ohio State sideline side of the defense. That would be the defense or the offensive left side as you're looking at it.
So 2nd and 2. Miami with the ball to their own 25-yard line. 3 receivers flanked out wide to the right. And a pistol formation with Fletcher at tailback behind quarterback Carson Beck, who barks out the call, gets the snap, hands to Fletcher, running straight up the middle. He squirts by one defender, by another, and he goes down at his own 30-yard line. Eventually, it was the work of Jermaine Matthews that got him on the ground. But that run by Fletcher, a junior from Fort Lauderdale, gives the Hurricanes a first down.
Yeah, when you pick up 8 on the first down, it kind of opens up the playbook. Miami conservative there, just handed it off to Fletcher. He's able to find some running room and pick up that first down.
Which puts the ball at their own 31-yard line with 5.5 to play in the scoreless first quarter.
Gain of 5 there.
Moore goes wide to the left, coming wide to the right are Daniels and Tony. Fletcher has logged all the reps at tailback. He's behind his quarterback Beck in a pistol. 1st and 10, Miami at their own 31, scoreless first quarter. Carson Beck is giving signals to change the play. Gets the snap out of the pistol, hands to Fletcher going left side, and Fletcher's going to breaks off a couple of tackles, and he's loose to his own 40. Finally is stopped at his 44-yard line by defensive end Caden Curry, but Mark Fletcher, who ran for a career-high 172 last week at Texas A&M, he's on a good pace right now for Miami.
Yeah, good size at 225, broke some tackles as he's running through there. Ohio State's got to do a better job of securing those tackles.
Fletcher, who one time was a commit to Ohio State, came into this game averaging 5.4 per carry. So it's first down Miami working from their own 44-yard line. 3 receivers sent out wide to the left for quarterback Carson Beck. Fletcher next to him in the offensive backfield. And Beck's going to throw on the left side where it is caught. Malachi Tony stumbles his way to the 50, and that's where he is put on the ground. He was kind of motoring off balance, but All-American safety Caleb Downs put him on the ground, and we got a little late pushing and shoving going on.
The ruling on the field is a catch, fumble, recovered by the offense. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, right around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, there was some pushing and shoving there. Referees are right there to break it up in a hurry.
Well, Fletcher just kind of handled that thing. He put one on the ground last week at Texas A&M.
Yeah, Caleb Downs forced that.
So Miami still continues the drive. They will look at 2nd and 5 with the ball placed at their own 49-yard line. Here in a scoreless first quarter. Tony moving in motion from right to left. Snap goes to Beck. He'll hand it Fletcher, and Fletcher knocked off balance, but still moving forward. Finally, he's going to be put down around the Ohio State 48 by defensive lineman Caden McDonald. Brings up a course and 3rd down.
Yeah, Caleb Downs was there right near the line of scrimmage. He was able to break that tackle by Caleb Downs.
Fletcher's making people miss, isn't he?
Certainly is.
3rd and 2. Miami with the ball at the Ohio State 48-yard line. 3:25 to play in a scoreless first quarter here at the Cotton Bowl.
Hurricanes have 1 of 3 on 3rd down conversions early in this game.
3rd and 2 at the Ohio State 48. They're going to send Moore, Joshua Moore out wide to the left with Malachi Tony. Alex Bauman wide to the right along with C.J. Daniels. Fletcher in the backfield next to Carson Beck in a shotgun. 3rd down for Miami. Beck pulls the trigger with a pass right side, and it is caught. And Daniels moves to the Ohio State 40 after making that grab, goes to the ground. Caden Curry was covering him, but that's going to move the chains again for the Hurricanes.
3rd first down on this drive for Miami. Now they've crossed the 50 into Ohio State territory, so Ohio State's got to start tightening things up right here. See if they can make a play, maybe get a negative play, a sack to get them behind the chains.
1st and 10. Miami at Ohio State's 39-yard line. Moore and Bauman off the line to the left. Daniels wide right. Malachi Tony is set as a wing left, and a new tailback is Gerard Pringle in the backfield. Next to quarterback Carson Beck, who's in the gun. He'll toss it left side where Tony's got it, and he moves his way to the Ohio State 35. And about 4 Buckeyes, led by linebacker Harfaro Reese, will drop him at the Ohio State 35, excuse me.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, gang tackling, and the Buckeyes were there. They ganged up, but again, a nice gain on first down for the Hurricanes.
To make it 2nd and 6 with the ball at Ohio State's 35 as we near the 2-minute mark of the scoreless first quarter. Miami huddling up around their fifth-year senior quarterback. Now going wide to the left will be Keelan Marion. Off the line to the right are 3 eligible receivers, including Malachi Toney. Gerard Pringle at tailback, next to quarterback Carson Beck. As Miami operates at Ohio State's 35. Beck looking to pass, tosses out on the right side. Caught at the Ohio State 30 and pushed out of bounds at the 29-yard line is the receiver who made the grab. Devin Sanchez, corner, forces out of bounds. Josiah Trader, the receiver, and it looks like, are they going to move the chains?
Another first down.
Yes, they do. With a minute and a half to play in the scoreless first quarter.
Miami's doing a good job spreading it out, going left, right, and then they're running inside. So they're doing a good job calling plays right now against this Ohio State defense.
Josiah Trader makes what ends up being his 12th catch of the year. So 1st and 10, Hurricanes at the Ohio State 29-yard line. Lofton wide to the left along with Daniels and Marion. Pistol formation, Beck at quarterback, Pringle behind him at tailback. And Pringle gets the handoff, running straight up the middle, and Pringle's going to be cut down right at around the Ohio State 20-yard line. Davis and Igbenosin, first contact for the defense, came in to get him off balance, but he was finished off by linebacker Peyton Pierce.
Yeah, just too much on first down. Another big gain on first down. They've getting 5-6 yards on first down. It makes it easy for them to convert.
Pringle is a redshirt freshman out of Tampa, Florida, averaging over 6 per carry. 2nd and 2, Miami at Ohio State's 21. Pringle remains at tailback off the right hip of Carson Beck. Malachi Toney and Keelan Marion are wide to the left. Tight ends on each side of the line. As Miami works from the Ohio State 20-yard line. Beck gets the snap, hands to Pringle going left side, and Pringle again breaking tackles, but is piled up and stopped right around the Ohio State 19-yard line. Linebacker Arvell Reese in there along with safety Jalen McClain to end that play.
Another first down.
10th play of the drive for the Hurricanes. And the first quarter is about to come to an end with Miami working in Ohio State territory. And after one quarter here at the Cotton Bowl, in the quarterfinals of the college football playoff, no score, Ohio State and Miami. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium, presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add on your choice of a sub, salad, wings, a 10-inch pizza, and more for just $5 each. Order your favorite $5 Pizza Pals from Donatos.com today. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donatos. Gotta love more.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Kroger, The Ohio State University, Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Your home for Ohio State athletics, The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Back in Arlington, Skip Mossick with a check of your scoreboard, brought to you by Encova Insurance. Encova, a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Bowl games from earlier today. In Tampa, Iowa, a victory over Vanderbilt, 34-27. Duke defeats Arizona State in El Paso, 42-39. In Orlando, Texas on top of Michigan, 41-27. That was your final. In Vegas, Utah defeats Nebraska, 44-22. College basketball teams around the state this afternoon. Dayton defeats Fordham 63-56. UConn wins at Xavier 90-67. Women's college basketball, Ohio State a victory at Purdue 83-56. NBA Cavaliers a winner over Phoenix, 129-113. NHL Blue Jackets in action tonight. They lead 1-0 over New Jersey after one period. Ohio State and Miami scoreless as we head to the second with the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Keels.
Thank you, Skip, and welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com, equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. And Miami with a 10-play drive going now. They are looking at 1st and 10 at the Ohio State 18-yard line.
In the first quarter, they've had 110 yards of offense, real balance, 55 yards passing, 55 yards rushing.
Quarterback Carson Beck in a pistol foot set in the backfield. Mark Fletcher behind him at tailback. Receivers wide on each side, tight ends on each side for the fifth-year senior quarterback out of Jacksonville, Florida. 1st and 10. Miami inside the Ohio State 20. Fletcher, the handoff running right side, and Fletcher is loose. Finally stopped by safety Jalen McClain right around the Ohio State 14-yard line as Fletcher's running hard.
Yeah, still too much again on first down. Ohio State defense has to get some penetration there against this Miami offensive line. Big offensive line, averaging about 335 across the board.
Along with an All-American out there, Francis Maui Noah at tackle. So Miami continuing this long drive, 2nd and 5 with the ball at the Ohio State 13-yard line. C.J. Daniels will come wide to the left with Malachi Toney. Tight end Bauman on the right side of the line. Tight end Lofton is a slot left with Fletcher in the backfield with Carson Beck. Now Lofton will motion to the right. Beck has the ball in his hands. Tosses on the left side where it is caught by Daniels at the Ohio State 10. Pushed out of bounds around the 9-yard line by corner Davison Igbinosun.
They got that to the 10-yard line, so it's going to be about a 3rd and 2 situation for Miami here. Yeah. 3rd and 1, it looks like. They're going to put it inside the 10.
A Corson 3rd down situation for the Hurricanes, who are going to send a more change of personnel, including Seo Olafituli in as an extra blocking back. So it is 3rd and 2. Miami at the Ohio State 10 is what the scoreboard tells us. Beck straight behind center in a shotgun. He's got backs in front of him on each side. One of them is Fletcher. Nobody out wide. Working from the Ohio State 10-yard line in a scoreless second quarter. Beck, quick toss left side, comes where it's caught, and into the end zone is Fletcher for the touchdown on a 10-yard run. The running back caught it coming out the left side, and the 10-yard pass play puts the Hurricanes on the board, 6-0.
Little play action there. They pulled the backside guard, pulling him from the right side to the left side, made it look like a heavy run situation on that 3rd and short. If Carson Beck pulls the ball, finds Fletcher out in the flat, he rushes into the end zone for the first TD of the game.
Fletcher's 2nd touchdown catch of the season. Beck with his 27th TD pass of the year. PAT unit on. Carter Davis to kick out of the hold of Dylan Joyce, and the snap of Adam Booker for Miami's 7th point of the game. Booker is in position to snap it, put down by Joyce, and the kick by Davis is up. And it is good, giving Miami a 7-0 lead over Ohio State with 13:31 to play second quarter. Nature Made to care for fans on game day and every day. Proud vitamin and supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Time out on the field, 7-0. Miami leading Ohio State in the second quarter. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, where can you get a full suite of business banking services served up by well-trained, caring employees with unquestionable integrity? It's right here at Heartland. Relationships matter. I'm Scott McComb. Come over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. The team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings with a fixed price plan with AEP Energy. Visit aepenergy.com to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 13:31 to play, second quarter. Miami leading Ohio State 7-0 thanks to a Carson Beck 10-yard TD pass to Mark Fletcher. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Paul, Ohio State recognizes offensively that this is an important drive to try and counter and answer Miami's touchdown drive. Offensive line coach Tyler Bowen is not frustrated. He was calm, but he told his offensive lineman to get downfield more. And then quarterback Julian Sand has been going up and down the bench, urging on his guys, has this calm look in his eyes saying, we're good.
That last drive, 13 plays, 83 yards, took off 8:04 off the clock.
Number 20 for Ohio State is now wearing number 98.
And at least a dozen plays on that drive for Miami.
Yeah, 13.
13, wow.
Yeah, 13 plays. So Miami's averaging about 33 minutes per game. Ohio State just a little bit above that, like 33, 37. So both these teams have done a good job of throughout the course of the season on time of possession. But right now, Miami's got the lead on that.
James Peoples and Brandon Ennis back to await the kick. Peoples' presence makes you think there may be some concern with Lorenzo Stiles, who was banged up in the first quarter. Carter Davis kicking it off for Miami, and that's going to be fielded by Peoples. No, he won't even field it. Bounces in the end zone for a touchback, so Ohio State will have it 1st and 10 to their own 25.
Miami's had 24 offensive plays. Ohio State just 7.
Well, that Miami defensive line is good as advertised.
Yep.
So Julian Sand in the Ohio State offense will come out onto the field. Saying this year 6 games of 300 yards or more passing, 5 games of at least 80% completions, but trying to get himself and the Ohio State offense on track. They'll work 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, trailing 7-0. An unusual position for this Ohio State team this year, to be trailing in any game. Carnell Tate wide right, Jeremiah Smith wide left. Bo Jackson is in at running back off the left hip of quarterback Julian Sand. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from their own 25. Snap to Sand. Takes a handoff. Sets the throw from his 18-yard line. Guns that one deep down the left side for Jeremiah Smith. Runs under it. Grabs it at the 25 of Miami. Taken down to the 15 of the Hurricanes. Jeremiah Smith finally stopped by defensive back Ethan O'Connor. And the Buckeyes make up a whole bunch in an airstrike and get into the Giant Eagle red zone.
Yeah, Austin Cervelt slow to get back to the huddle. Luke Montgomery cheering him on, trying to get him back there after that big play down the field. Good pass pro there by that Ohio State offensive line. They found a wide open Jeremiah Smith.
And the ball will be placed at the Miami 16-yard line as the Miami native Jeremiah Smith hauls in a big catch. So now Ohio State will get Tate wide to the left, Smith and Ennis wide right. Jackson remains at tailback. 1st and 10 Ohio State at the 16 of Miami.
59 yards on that reception.
Sand straight behind his center, Carson Hinsman. Calling for the football, gets the snap. Sand fakes the handoff, looks to throw. Now Sand in trouble, and he's going to be sacked around the 22-yard line by defensive end Reuben Bain of Miami.
2 sacks given up in this ball game. Buckeyes, they ran with a little bit of a line stunt there, didn't pick it up, and Julian Sand goes down.
That is now 43 sacks on the season for this Miami defense. So that negative play will make it 2nd and 16, Ohio State at the Miami 22-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Smith and Ennis and Tate all break wide to the left. Tight end Clare, left side of the line. Sand at quarterback, Jackson at tailback. 2nd and 16, Ohio State at the Miami 22. Buckeyes trail by a touchdown here in the second quarter. Sand gets the snap, tosses quickly left side, and it's intercepted. And that's going to be a pick 6 coming all the way down the field as Miami's Keontae Scott, nickelback, is going to take it into the end zone for a defensive touchdown. The second interception return for a touchdown that Keontae Scott has had all season, and Miami now leads it 13-0.
Julian Sand looked to his left. He had a little pass rush coming. Let the ball go. Did not see 0. Keontae Scott there. He races all the way to the end zone.
That is the 3rd defensive touchdown that Miami has had all season on a 70-yard interception return by Keontae Scott, a senior from San Diego who missed the last 3 games of the regular season with an injury. Carter Davis on to attempt the PAT to give Miami their 14th point of the game. Booker snaps it, and the kick by Davis is up, and it is good, and it is a 14-0 Miami lead over Ohio State. 11:49 to play second quarter. Timeout on the field of the Cotton Bowl. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Toyotathon is on, and it's the perfect time to wrap up the year with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 2.99 APR financing on remaining new 25 Tacomas. Excludes TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. Or lease a well-equipped 25 Tacoma SR5 for $259 a month for 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment, Choose Chill, proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Keontae Scott, a 70-yard pick six off Julian Sand, has given Miami a 14-0 lead over Ohio State with 11:49 left until halftime. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
After the pick six, Paul, Buckeyes wide receiver Jeremiah Smith sprinted over to the sideline, slammed his helmet to the ground in frustration. Mouth guard flew up as well. He had the big catch to set up Ohio State, but it ultimately ended in that pick six.
That was the same side of the field that last year Jack Sawyer ran down to the end zone for a touchdown in Ohio State's win over Texas.
Is now wearing number 98.
But this is, as we are guessing right now, the first time Ohio State all year has been down by more than one score.
Yep. Yeah, they've had a great start, usually to every ball game, playing from the lead. Not tonight. Austin Saravelt, I noticed, has that right ankle heavily taped up with some black tape after that last series. The first play, he was wobbling a little bit.
Carter Davis with a kickoff for Miami, and that's going to be into the end zone where James Peoples will catch it. And he's going to act like he's going to run it out, but a fair catch was called for. That is the third straight game that Julian Sand has thrown an interception. Did it in Ann Arbor against Michigan, did it against Indiana, and a big one here.
Yeah, right now, Julian Sainz 2 of 5 for 69 yards in that interception, his 7th of the year.
And that returned the fourth longest in Cotton Bowl history by Keontae Scott, who Ryan Day called probably the best nickelback in all of college football this season.
He's got some wheels, too, doesn't he?
He sure does. And again, we mentioned he missed 3 games at the end of the year with a foot injury, but nothing wrong with his foot there. First and 10, Ohio State at their own 25-yard line, down by 2 touchdowns here in the second quarter. Julian Sand in a shotgun. He's got C.J. Donaldson in the backfield with him, and Sand's going to throw. Fires out on the right side where it is caught. Jeremiah Smith slips and goes down at his own 38-yard line, went down in front of the defender. Wesley Bissant, linebacker, was covering him. That's a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Well, when they get past Pro, it looks like Jeremiah Smith can get open. Let's see if they can protect Julian Sand and they continue with that combination.
First and 10, Ohio State will continue this at their own 38-yard line.
Crucial drive for the Buckeyes. Need to get some points on the board.
Smith will go wide to the left, wide to the right are Donaldson, Tate, Clare, and Ennis. Now Donaldson shifts back into the backfield. Ohio State first down to their own 38-yard line. Hinsman snaps it to Sand, hands it to C.J. Donaldson running left side, and he's got room to the 45, to the 50, and taken down at the 50-yard line is C.J. Donaldson by defensive back Xavier Lucas of Miami. That'll move the chains for Donaldson, who did not have a carry against Indiana.
Yeah, 2 plays, 2 first downs. They got the ball to midfield.
C.J. Donaldson averaged 3.7 a carry, and most of his damage was done in short distance close to the goal line. First and 10, Ohio State to the 50-yard line, trailing 14-0 to Miami here in the second quarter. Carnell Tate wide to the right. Jeremiah Smith wide left. 2 tight ends deployed. One of them, Claire, set in the backfield along with Donaldson next to quarterback Julian Sayin, who looks to throw. Lobs out on the left side for Jeremiah Smith, and it is out of bounds around the 30 of Miami as that ball was thrown a little too high, and Miami had some great coverage put on back there by one of their defensive backs. I believe that was Frederic.
Yeah, Frederic, number 29, was all over him. No chance. He got pushed out of bounds and wouldn't have had any opportunity to catch that football. Maybe we can find something in our tight end here, Max Clare.
Well, Isaiah West is going to come in for the first time at tailback, freshman for Philadelphia for Ohio State. Buckeyes are looking at 2nd and 10 to the 50-yard line with 10:27 to play second quarter, and Miami leading 14-0. Smith and Ennis will go wide to the left. Tate wide right. Tight end is Clare on the right side of the line with West in the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sayin, who's going to fling the ball again. No, he won't. He's hit, and he's dragged down. Avoids a couple of defenders, but a third is going to sling him down back at the Ohio State 35-yard line. And getting in there to bring him down was Akeem Mesidor, defensive end.
And they brought pressure off the left side there. The player came in unblocked. Julian Sayin had to avoid him, stepped up in the pocket, and that's when the rest of the pass rush got there.
That was initially blown up by Keontae Scott, the nickelback. So now Ohio State back on their own side of the field, 3rd and 23 from their own 37-yard line. Smith and Ennis wide right. Wide to the left is Carnell Tate with Clare, the tight end, to the left as well. Snap to Julian Sayin. Sayin, more pressure, throws where it's caught by Donaldson, left side, gets to his own 45, still loose, taken down at his own 49-yard line as Miami linebacker Wesley Bassint makes the stop. But it's going to be 4th down.
Yep. Big negative play there for Ohio State. Obviously, that sack came in there. 3rd sack of the ball game for this Miami defensive front.
You know, this was an Ohio State team that was 7th best and fewest sacks given up coming into the postseason, allowing 11. Malachi Toney is back at the 5 for Miami to wait Joe McGuire's punt. John Furman to snap it with 9:06 to play second quarter, 14-0 Hurricanes leading. Snap to McGuire. Gets this punt away from his 38-yard line. That one angling to the left. Toney walking up on it, and Toney will make a fair catch for Miami at their 10-yard line with 8:53 on the clock. Here in the second quarter, the Hurricanes a 14-0 lead over the Buckeyes. Timeout on the field. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
All righty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at Safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
14-0 Miami leading Ohio State, 8:53 to play till halftime here at the Cotton Bowl. When you choose the James at Ohio State for your cancer care, you're choosing access to the most advanced cancer treatments available. From the team who specializes in treating just one type of cancer, yours. For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
14-0 Miami ahead of Ohio State. 8:53 left until halftime. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Guys, it's no wonder how much attention running back Mark Fletcher Jr. and receiver Malachi Toney generate for Miami. Buckeyes safeties coach Matt Guerreri said to Caleb Downs and the rest of the defensive backs just a possession ago, he said they need to keep one more step on Fletcher and keep their feet on Malachi Toney.
Well, it appears that Ohio State's going to use Devin Sanchez quite a bit in the secondary. Lorenzo Styles was banged up earlier. Sanchez will play a wide corner, and Jermaine Matthews is going to be in a nickel slot.
Yeah, Ryan Day during that last TV timeout was studying that tablet, looking at that last series by Ohio State. Of course, he's calling the plays for the Buckeyes.
1st and 10, Miami with the football. They are at their own 11-yard line. Beck has thrown a touchdown pass to Fletcher, and Keontae Scott with a 70-yard pick six to give the Hurricanes his 14-0 lead. Carson Beck now comes up to a center Brockermeyer to give instructions. He'll drop back in a shotgun. Fletcher off his right-hand hip, 3-receiver package. Handoff will go to Fletcher, snaking his way upfield, and he's going to be cut down around the 11-yard line as Ohio State had defenders, namely defensive lineman Caden McDonald, penetrating to get him down.
Yeah, Caden McDonald there working against the center. Brockermeyer was able to get penetration on that last play and make the play.
And here they go right at the second down, working from the 11-yard line on their own side of the field. Beck gets the snap out of the gun. Quick toss on the right side. He's caught. And at the 20-yard line, that's where the receiver, Daniels, is dumped by safety Jaden McClain. And that is close to a first down. He's got it. They'll move the sticks.
Yeah, working against Davidson Igmanoza there. Kind of missed the tackle again. And is able to break that tackle and slip out and pick up that first down.
C.J. Daniels, a senior who played both at LSU and at Liberty with that grab. He made a miraculous one-handed grab week one against Notre Dame for a touchdown to get him national attention. 1st and 10, Miami at their own 22-yard line, leading 14-0 with 8 minutes to play till halftime. Now Carson Beck working under his center, James Brockermeyer. Fletcher in the backfield, Fletcher the give, running straight ahead, and Fletcher's going to be put down at the 24 on his own side of the field. And again, it is Caden McDonald, first-team All-American, making the stop for Ohio State.
Carson Beck, 9 of 12 for 77 yards and a TD so far. Fletcher's got 10 carries for 39 yards.
And here goes Miami right on the ball, second down at their own 25. Empty backfield for quarterback Carson Beck. Looks to throw, tosses quickly left side where it is caught, and the receiver Marion is going to be dumped at the 28-yard line. Ohio State freshman corner Devin Sanchez wraps him up and puts him on the ground.
Crucial third down here for Ohio State's defense. Have to find a way to get off the field. Miami's had the ball, seems like majority of this first half.
It'll be Jim 3rd and 3, Miami at their own 29-yard line. And you're right, they have been hogging the ball. Marion will come wide to the left. Off the line to the right are Toney and Daniels with a tight end on the right side of the line as well. Miami 3rd and 3 at their own 29-yard line. Fletcher in the backfield next to quarterback Carson Beck. And Carson Beck's going to throw. Beck looks. Now he's going to take off running straight up the middle, and he's going to be dropped right around the 36-yard line. Kenyatta Jackson, defensive lineman, put him down, but it's enough on Carson Beck's run to give the Hurricanes another first down.
Yep, he found just a little bit of a seam inside that defense. He took it and ran and picked it up by a yard.
Puts the ball at the Miami 32-yard line on Carson Beck's run. Averages 4.2 per carry.
Yeah, started his drive to 11-yard line, got 2 first downs already, so Ohio State's got to find some answers.
1st and 10, Miami at their own 32.
The ruling on the field is the runner made the line to gain. The previous play is under video review.
This is a crew from the Southeast Conference that is working this game.
Yeah, we'll see if a knee or body part was down before he crossed the first down to get.
Of course, Carson Beck missed the postseason last year. He suffered a massive knee injury while playing for Georgia in the SEC championship game, transferred to Miami, and did not go through spring football after having had the surgery. So the video people are looking to see whether or not he went down after gaining the first down or before.
It looked like he went down at the 32 where the ball was spotted.
Which would give him the first down, if we are to go on what the scoreboard is telling us. 6:19 to play second quarter here in Arlington, Texas. Carson Beck, a 10-yard TD pass to Mark Fletcher, and Keontae Scott, a 70-yard pick six off of Julian Sand, has given Miami a 14-0 lead.
I think he has it.
It certainly looked that way from what we were able to look at here in this spaceship-sized scoreboard that is in the middle of AT&T Stadium. If there's a spaceship that size, humanity's in trouble. So the SEC crew and David Gattero.
After video review, the runner's shin was down prior to the line to gain. The ball will be placed at the 31.5-yard line, and it will be 4th down and a half a yard.
We were looking at his knee, Jim.
Yeah.
We were looking at the wrong body part.
The shin. So 4th and 1. Kind of think they'll go for it.
Yeah,
huh?
if that much even. 6:19 left until halftime. 14-0 Miami leading Ohio State.
Yeah, they're sending their punt team out.
Okay, I was thinking just what you were, Jim. Brandon Ennis will be back for Ohio State to anticipate the punt from Dylan Joyce.
Well, the way their defense is playing, right?
Yeah. Boy, they're playing very well. So Dylan Joyce, a junior from Australia, had 42 points in the punts on the season coming into this game. Booker, the long snapper, gets Joyce the ball, pits it from the 20-yard line. Brandon Ennis is going to drift to his right. That one's going to check up at the 20-yard line, then check further back, roll around the 12, and Miami's going to get that down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be down to the 9 of Ohio State, and that's where the struggling Buckeye offense will take claim to the ball. Timeout on the field. 5:50 to play until halftime. It is 14-0. Miami leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye Vodka, perfect for Buckeye Nation and proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Crafted in Dayton, Ohio, this family-owned vodka is as local as it gets. Made for the fans who live their Ohio pride on and off game day. And with an ambassador like Braxton Miller, it's clear this is the drink of legends. So whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, raise a glass the Buckeye way. Buckeye Vodka, the ultimate Ohio pride in every pour. Top shelf is never out of reach. Please enjoy responsibly and follow on social media at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
Hey, Buckeye fans. Are you thinking of consolidating your debt with a home equity loan? Union Home Mortgage wants you to know the average homeowner has over $200,000 of home equity available, and they can help you get access to your money quickly and easily. Go to UHM.com to get your cash estimate today. You'll score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
For over 30 years, Schumacher Homes has been building affordable custom homes throughout the Buckeye State. Experience true customization on your land, your way, without any compromises. Come visit any of our 9 Ohio model home and design studio locations to see the latest in design trends and learn about our award-winning building process, or start online at SchumacherHomes.com. You'll be surprised how affordable a custom home will be. Schumacher Homes, proud home building sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeyes need Buckeyes, and Versity makes the blood donating process quick and easy. Join Brutus and give blood with Versity to save a Buckeye at the Wexner Medical Center. Versity. Schedule your next donation at VERSITI.org/OH. 5:50 to play until halftime. The Cotton Bowl. 14-0 Miami leading Ohio State. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
A couple injury updates. Jim told you most recently about Austin Cerville, Buckeye starting left tackle. He's got bulky black athletic tape around his right ankle. He was working on the bicycle. Athletic trainer Sean Barnhouse came over to check on him. He was moving up and down trying to work that right ankle. Seems like he's still out there good to go. Lorenzo Styles Jr., Buckeyes nickelback, does have his helmet on. Went to the injury tent twice, but could be able to go for the rest of this game.
Well, Ohio State's going to have to go from their own 9-yard line following that 60-yard punt by Miami's Dylan Joyce. So this offense looking to get on track. They've been guilty of a massive turnover, and they've also been guilty of being sacked at least a couple of times.
Yeah, they got him down for 3 sacks.
Oh, boy. Out of the huddle they come. Carnell Tate will go wide to the left along with Will Kazmarek. Bo Jackson was wide to the right. He'll move into the backfield behind quarterback Julian Sand in a pistol, with Jeremiah Smith flanked out wide to the right. First down, Ohio State from their own 9. Snap to Sand. Hands it Bo Jackson, running left side. Jackson hit, and he's tackled by linebacker Mohamed Toure at the 9-yard line. Toure, a Rutgers transfer who's played against the Buckeyes before, came in like a house of fire.
Yeah, with injuries, he's in his 7th year, but that time he took him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Ohio State there on that nice tackle.
He's been approved for an 8th year to play as well if he chooses to. 2nd and 10. Ohio State at their own 9. Sand to throw, sliding to his left. Sand dumps it out on the left side. Kazmarek incomplete at the 13 as Will Kazmarek got breastboned by Mohamed Toure as he was exposed, reaching up to grab a high pass.
Yeah, Kazmarek was blocking there, then released a little bit late there. Julian Sand rolling, was looking down the field, couldn't find an open receiver. Tried to get one into Kazmarek, and no chance for that.
So 3rd and 10, Ohio State at their own 9. Trailing by 2 touchdowns and having a hard time getting anything going. Jeremiah Smith wide to the left. Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis wide right. Tight end Claire end of the line right. Donaldson in the backfield. Next to quarterback Julian Sayin. Ball at the Buckeye 9-yard line, and Sayin is giving instructions on a possible play change here. 5:19 left in the second quarter. Julian Sayin in the shotgun gets the snap. Drops back at the goal line to pass. Pressure coming, dumps it incomplete. Left side throwing for Donaldson, but he had big-time pressure being put on. Linebacker Chase Smith came flying into the backfield, and Ohio State's going to have to punt out of their own end zone.
Yeah, Julian Sayin running for his life. Every time he's back there passing, he can't get his feet set. Doesn't have time to look for that open receiver. Just more concerned about that Miami pass rush in this ball game. So it'll be a 3-and-out for this Buckeye offense. And another punt number 4.
For Joe McGuire, who's in the middle of his own end zone. Malachi Toney is back at the Miami 45 to await this punt. John Furman to snap it from the 9. Gets it chest high to McGuire. Punts it from the goal line. Toney walking backwards, looking, and catches that ball at his own 40. And Toney slips off one defender, but on second one will knock him down right around the Miami 41. Sonny Styles was back there to help put that play to an end. But the Hurricane offense benefits from the strong play of their defense, and they'll have the ball with 5:02 to play until halftime, leading 14-0.
Offense hasn't found any answers yet for this Miami Hurricane defense. So they go over to the sidelines, get the coaching, but just haven't found any plays that work or any technique to block this defensive front for Miami. So we're going to have to count on their defense to create some offense.
Miami will start this drive at their own 42-yard line. Carson Beck has thrown one TD pass, and the guy he threw it to, Mark Fletcher, is behind him at tailback as Beck is going to work under a center, James Brockermeyer. 1st and 10, Miami at their own 42-yard line. Receivers in each direction. A tight end Bauman moving in motion. Beck back to throw. Steps up into the pocket, looks, fires on the left side, and it is caught. Receiver dumped to the Ohio State 45. Jermaine Matthews stops Keelan Marion and makes a grab that will give the Hurricanes yet another first down.
Carson Beck had plenty of time in that pocket. Both their tackles did a good job blocking our edge rushers, Kenyatta Jackson and Caden Curry. That last play, no push inside.
Ball is placed at the Ohio State 44-yard line with 4.5 to play until halftime. Miami will send Daniels and Toney and Bauman out to the right side of the formation. Marion is wide left with Fletcher in the backfield behind Beck in a pistol formation. From the Ohio State 44, give Fletcher. Fletcher slips and falls at the 40-yard line. He had room to maneuver, but as he tried to kind of change his direction, he went right to the ground.
Yeah, number 2, Caleb Downs was forcing the issue there, and David Sigmanosen helped finish him off.
But Miami getting more positive yards with 4 minutes to play until halftime. They have the ball at the Ohio State 40-yard line. 14-0 Miami leading. Alex Bauman and C.J. Daniels go wide to the right. Keelan Marion will come wide to the left with Malachi Toney. Fletcher in the backfield next to Carson Beck. Snap will come from Brockermeyer from the Ohio State 40-yard line. Now Fletcher breaks out of the backfield. Quick toss left side. Comes to Marion, and he's going to be piled up and stopped right around the Ohio State 38. Corner Davison, Igbenosin, the defensive, and Zion Grady pile up that play to stop it.
Yeah, trying to get a little quick wide receiver screen out there. They brought the tackle out, trying to clean things up. Zion Grady, as you mentioned, did a nice job there occupying the tackle, and then Davison Igbenosin making sure he got the stop.
Of course, in 3rd and 3, Miami at the Ohio State 37-yard line. Daniels will break wide to the right. 4 receivers that are eligible wide to the left, leaving Carson Beck alone in the backfield. It is 3rd and 3, Miami with the ball at the Ohio State 37-yard line. Now Fletcher moves back into the backfield next to his quarterback, but a timeout taken by the Hurricanes.
Timeout. Miami. It is their first. It will be 30 seconds.
3:06 to play. Second quarter, Miami has scored thanks to a 10-yard touchdown pass, Carson Beck to Mark Fletcher, and a 70-yard interception return for score by Keontae Scott. Stay with us for our halftime show this evening. Skip Mossick will visit with OSU President Ted Carter, Athletic Director Ross Bjork, and check scores from other games. It's all coming up at the half.
Buckeyes minus 7 yards rushing so far in this first half. Of course, they have 3 sacks for minus 29 yards, but it's hard to win ball games if you can't run the football. You got to be balanced, and Ohio State hasn't been able to do that offensively. Defensively, you just got to find a way to get off the field here.
Now, this is a Miami defense, and you mentioned the change in coordinators from last year to this. They have improved their scoring defense by more than 10 points from last year. That helps when you shut teams out in a half.
Yeah, it does.
Almost a half. Of course, they played in a game last week at Texas A&M where windy conditions really limited both teams' offense. 3rd and 3. Miami with the ball at the Ohio State 37. Pistol formation with Beck at quarterback, Fletcher at tailback right behind him. And the give to Fletcher moving up the middle, and his immediate contact made. He's going to be piled up and stop. Maybe gains 1 at the 36-yard line as the bodies start to separate out there. Ohio State had down there looked like Taiwan Malone defensive lineman that helped bring the play to an end.
Yeah, it sets up a 4th and 3 situation now for Miami. A little bit outside the field goal kicker's range. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yes, they are. Why not? Leading 14-0 with 2:40 to play until halftime. 4th and 3, as you said, Jim. Miami has it at the Ohio State 37. Tony, Bauman, and Daniels wide right. Marion wide left. Fletcher in the backfield with Carson Beck, who's in a shotgun. 4th and 3, Miami at the Ohio State 37, and the Hurricanes lead by 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. Beck back to pass. Looks, and he'll fire that one out on the right side. Caught by Malachi Tony, taken down at the Ohio State 30 after securing the first down. Corner Jermaine Matthews put him on the ground, but the freshman Malachi Tony makes a first down catch for Miami.
Yeah, they got Malachi Tony out wide, had him one-on-one, and Jermaine Matthews. Jermaine Matthews just gave him a little bit too much room. Luckily, he made the tackle.
And here goes Miami right on the ball at the Ohio State 30-yard line. And now the officials are stopping play because we are at the 2-minute timeout. And a timeout on the field. 14-0. Miami leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear. Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at SafeLight.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safe Light Replace.
Already prepping for next week's matchup? Get your best rest yet with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop Bob's and choose from pillows, soft, plush, dual feel, and extra firm mattresses with Bobopedic memory foam that will have you dreaming of game day in no time. So shop in store or online to score the latest and affordable luxury mattresses without the luxury price tag. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
2 minutes to play the Cotton Bowl here in Arlington, Texas. 14-0 Miami leading Ohio State. How's this for a stat? Their Hurricanes have had 15 plays in Ohio State territory. The Buckeyes have had 2 in Miami territory.
Yep. And it's been an ugly first half for Ohio State. Offense can't get it done. 4 punts, I think. That's the most we probably ever punted in one half this season.
And the defense can't get stops.
And a pick 6.
1st and 10, Miami with the ball at the Ohio State 30-yard line. Carson Beck has thrown a touchdown pass of 10 yards to Mark Fletcher, and Keontae Scott had that 70-yard pick 6. His second pick 6 of the season. And for Miami's defense, it is their 3rd defensive score of the year.
Ohio State offensively hasn't converted a 3rd down yet in this ball game. They're 0 for 4. Miami's 3 of 7, and then 1 for 1 there on 4th down conversions.
So 1st and 10, Miami at the Ohio State 30 for 5th-year senior quarterback Carson Beck out of Jacksonville, Florida. Mark Fletcher, tailback, is off his left hip. 3 receiver to package, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Snap to Beck. Back to throw. Sets up, looks, pressure coming. Beck now in trouble, moves to the right, and he's thrown down to the Ohio State 36-yard line as he got surrounded and down. Defensive end Kenyatta Jackson puts him on the ground at the Ohio State 35.
Timeout, Ohio State. It is their first. It will be 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 54 seconds. Thank you.
Edric Houston helped blow that play up as well.
Defensive lineman. Cade McDonald, 98, got some penetration in that play, flushed Carson Beck out of that pocket and into the arms of the other defenders.
Well, this Ohio State defense had 33 sacks coming into the game this year, had only 3 against Indiana 25 days ago in the Big Ten championship game. But right now, with 1:54 left until halftime, Miami is looking at 2nd and 12 with the ball at the Ohio State 35-yard line.
Well, that's probably right on the edge of the field goal range, so they got to get a couple more negative plays here.
Yeah, Carter Davis, their kicker, his long is 53. He was 1 for 3 at Texas A&M. Again, it was a very windy day. When he was at FAU, he was only 4 for 11, but supposedly some of the problems there had to do with the snap operation.
Yeah, it's a snap, the hold, and the kick. It takes all 3 phases and protection.
Does. 2nd and 15. Miami with the ball at the Ohio State 35-yard line. Hurricanes leading 14-0. Carson Beck straight behind his center. Brockermeyer in a shotgun. Gets the snap. Gives it Tony on a pump pass. And Sonny Styles, linebacker, is going to drop him back at the Ohio State 41 on that little push pass to Malachi Tony. He came from right to left, and Sonny Styles, linebacker, wrapped him up, bringing up a course and 3rd down.
It is their second. It will be 30 seconds. Please reset.
How about Sonny Styles?
2 straight tackle for losses by this Ohio State defense here right before the end of the half. Maybe that's a wake-up call this defense needed. Now they got to find a way to get off the field here on 3rd down.
Well, Sonny Styles, an All-American this year, as well as Arvell Reese, the first time ever that Ohio State has had a linebacker tandem selected as All-Americans. And Sonny Styles was big in the playoffs last year when he had 26 tackles, 4 TFLs, and a forced fumble.
And I think you got to go almost back to the 70s when Rick Middleton and Randy Gradishar played together.
Boy, that was a good pair.
Yeah, early 70s.
1:50 on the clock, second quarter. 14-0 Miami leading. And it is now 3rd and 20 for the Hurricanes with a ball at the Ohio State 40 after those couple negative plays. Now Marion, as well as Daniels and Tony, will go wide to the right. Fletcher, tailback, is off to the left hip of Carson Beck, who looks at 3rd and 20 at the Ohio State 40-yard line. Snap to Beck. Drops back to the 50 to pass. He'll shoot this one deep down the right side where Devin Sanchez is guarding the receiver, Marion, who cannot get the ball. Thrown inside the far 5-yard line, Keelan Marion. Step for step with corner Devin Sanchez. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Devin Sanchez playing in his home state. He's from Houston, Texas. The freshman really has grown up throughout the course of the year. Did a nice job in that last play.
So with 1:44 left until halftime, the Hurricanes will send their punter out, Dylan Joyce. Ohio State will drop punt returner Brandon Innes back where he is positioned at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, bad as this offense has played this first half, being down 14 points, still in the ball game.
Adam Booker, the long snapper, will get the ball to Dylan Joyce, the punter. He double clutched, but gets it in the end. That may have been partially blocked. It's going to be caught by Miami and down right around the 2-yard line. And that was an outstanding play by the Hurricanes as they had a coverage player get down there, and it was Luke Nickel who got down there to get that ball down
the ruling on
inside
the,
the 5.
Is the kicking team possessed the ball at the 2-yard line. First down, Ohio State.
So the Buckeyes again put in very deep position on their own side of the field with 1:36 left until halftime and trailing 14-0.
Yeah, you got to get a first down here, right? I mean, you got to move it off that goal line, and as good as this Miami defense is front, that's not an easy task.
No, not the way they've been playing. Now, that was Dylan Day who got that ball down, not Luke Nickel, backup defensive back. So Ohio State 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line, trailing 14-0. Julian Sand is going to have Bennett Christian and C.J. Donaldson in an offset eye to his right. Carson Hinsman positioned over the ball at the 2, snaps, and the handoff will go to Donaldson, moving straight ahead to the 5, and that's all the further he will go. Now it's pushed up forward to about the 6 linebacker, Mohamed Touré, with a stop for Miami.
Yeah, good physical run there. Not bad blocking by the offensive line.
Miami, it is their second. It will be 30 seconds.
Donaldson, a senior who is from Coral Gables, Florida. With that run, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification in the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
1 minute, 30 seconds left until halftime here at the Cotton Bowl in Arlington, Texas. It is 14-0. Miami leading Ohio State. Hurricanes have got a 10-yard TD pass. Carson Beck to Mark Fletcher, and Keontae Scott a 70-yard pick six. Ohio State will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Miami has one timeout left, so Buckeyes would probably keep it on the ground here. Force them to use that timeout. See if they can take some more time off the clock there on third down.
This offensive line has had their hands more than full. Brandon Ennis, Jeremiah Smith go wide to the left. Carnell Tate wide right. Tight end Max Clare on the right side of the line, and Donaldson in the backfield with Sand. On second down at the 6-yard line, Ohio State at their own side of the field. Snap to Sand, back in his end zone to pass. Sand looks. Sand now runs out of the backfield. Screens it right side. Donaldson, he's going to get to the 10 and knocked down at the 12-yard line. His linebacker Mohamed Toure pushes him out of bounds on the right side.
Well, they do pick up the first down.
Yes, they do, with 1:21 to play. So Donaldson had 2 catches against Indiana with a big catch right here against Miami. How about Mohamed Toure, who's missed parts of 2 years with knee injuries? The way he's played this year for Miami.
He's a grown man.
Yes, he is.
7 years playing college football.
And approved to play an 8th year if he so chooses.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Ohio State with the ball at their own 12-yard line with 1:21 to play till halftime. Donaldson remains a tailback to the left of quarterback Julian Sand. Fakes a handoff, flips it up the right side where it is caught by Carnell Tate, and he's going to be thrown down at the Ohio State 26-yard line by Zachariah Poyser, safety. That'll be another Buckeye first down.
Back-to-back first downs for this Ohio State offense. Let's see if they take some shots down the field here.
So right on the ball goes Ohio State. Snap to Sand. Drop back at his 20 to pass. Tosses on the right side, Donaldson. He scoots to his own 30 and pushed out of bounds at his own 35-yard line by safety Jacoby Thomas. So C.J. Donaldson is handling the ball a lot.
Getting a lot of playing time here in the first half of this ball game. Gain of 8 yards on that pass to C.J. Donaldson.
Of course, Jacoby Thomas, who pushed him out, played against Ohio State for Tennessee in the playoffs last year. So to be 2nd and 2, Ohio State with the ball at their own 35-yard line.
Donaldson to go to the sidelines. They bring in number 25, Bo Jackson.
Freshman out of Cleveland, who was set off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sand. 3 wide to the left, single flanker Smith to the right for Ohio State. Working from their own 35-yard line. Sand back to pass. Sand looking with pressure coming. Throws where it is caught by Ennis. Right side, he goes to his own 45, where he is tackled at his own 45-yard line by defensive end Akeem Mesidor. That moves the chains for another Ohio State first down.
Clock will stop until the chains are set.
Ball at the 46 officially. Sand gets the snap. Throws on the left side. Ennis with another catch. No, it's incomplete at the 50-yard line as Brandon Ennis was separated from the ball by cornerback Ethan O'Connor.
Brandon Ennis gets up, talks to the officials there. Thought maybe he was interfered with on that play, but no flag.
56 seconds on the clock.
We haven't had any flags yet in this game.
So Ohio State will look now 2nd and 10 with the ball at their own 46-yard line. Crowd reacting to probably saw a replay that the Ohio State crowd didn't like. So Ohio State 2nd and 10 to their own 46. Jeremiah Smith wide left. Carnell Tate, Max Clare, Brandon Ennis wide right. C.J. Donaldson at tailback. Next to quarterback Julian Sand, who's in a shotgun. Sand gets the snap. Sand looks to throw, tosses where it's caught by Donaldson to the 50-yard line, and Donaldson fights his way to the 46 or so of Miami, where he's stopped by linebacker Wesley Bassint.
Yeah, short of picking up the first down. Need about 2 or 3 more to go.
Yep, 3rd and 3 at the 47 of the Hurricanes. Donaldson, who made that catch, remains in at tailback. Next to his quarterback, Julian Sand. Gets the snap. Sand looking to throw. Sand now squirts up the middle. He's in trouble. Throws, and it is caught inside the 40 of Miami by Brandon Ennis. Put down on the ground by linebacker Wesley Bassint. That'll be another first down. I don't know how Sand got that ball out of his hands to his receiver.
Poise. Good poise there by number 10, Julian Sand.
First down at the 39 of Miami for Ohio State. Snap to Sand again, but a whistle to stop play.
We get a timeout by Miami.
With 21 seconds left in the half.
Prior to the snap, timeout, Miami. It is their third. It will be 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 22 seconds.
Boy, Armando Blunt, defensive lineman, had Julian Sand in a bear hug as he threw that last completion.
We had a couple of our offensive linemen had some of their defensive linemen in a bear hug, too. Lucky there was no holding call on that.
There would have been those flags that you hadn't seen that you were referencing.
Well, what do you think? Another 10 yards, maybe 15 to get into field goal range?
Yeah, at least.
I'd like to get a touchdown here before the end of the half.
We've seen a couple of big strikes through the air by Ohio State, but that's really been about it.
This might be the time you take a shot down the field to Jeremiah Smith.
14-0, Miami with a lead. 22 seconds left until halftime here in the quarterfinals of the college football playoff. This is the first of the 4 quarterfinal games. The next 3 will be tomorrow.
That was the first third down conversion for Ohio State.
Wow. That tells you a lot of how things have gone. So it will be 1st and 10. Ohio State with the ball at Miami's 39-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Smith will go wide left. Coming wide to the right are Clare, Innes, and Tate. Bo Jackson, a tailback off the right hip of Julian Sand. First down, Ohio State at Miami's 39. Now a flip-flop as Jackson gets to the left of his quarterback. Sand with the ball in his hands. Back to throw. Sand looks with pressure coming, shoots it up the left side. Caught by Carnell Tate. Stopped at the 31 of Miami as he has knocked down Poyser, defensive back over there to make the play along with O'Connor.
Timeout, Ohio State. It is their third. It will be 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 16 seconds.
Well, it seems as though Jim Julian Sand is getting into a little bit of a rush, but a groove nonetheless.
He's getting rid of the ball quickly, which you got to do against this Miami Hurricane pass rush in this first half of the ball game. But Ohio State's got to start working the sidelines here. You know, with no timeouts left, you can't afford to have something in the middle of the field. You would have time with 16 seconds to get up and maybe down the ball, but let's see if Ohio State here on second down max pros and see if they can get a one-on-one situation with Jeremiah Smith.
If you're thinking possible field goal, Jaden Fielding's career long came this season against Purdue, a 49-yarder. His high school long here in the state of Texas was 50 yards if they were to get into that kind of a position.
C.J. Donaldson's our leading receiver here in the first half, 4 catches for 33 yards. Jeremiah Smith has 3 catches for 82 yards. Carnell Tate woke up on this drive. He's got 2 catches for 23.
So out of the huddle comes Ohio State with 16 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 2 at the Miami 31. Tate and Innes wide left. Smith and Clare wide right. Donaldson in the backfield with Sand, who's back to throw. Sand steps up into the pocket. Look, Sand. He'll throw that one, and he just tossed it out of bounds, sailing it over the head of Carnell Tate around the Miami 20 with 10 seconds left in the half. He had
there is no foul for intentional grounding.
Looked like he had room to run, Jim.
He did, but again, that's, you know, you're working the clock.
Yeah.
With no timeouts, so.
And only 10 seconds left.
Yeah, so I think he just decided to duck it and throw it out. Again, we'll see what Ohio State chooses to do here. Third down, I would think, field goal range. Not an easy one, but it's makeable.
3rd and 2 at the Miami 31-yard line. Trailing 14-0. Innes and Smith wide left. Clare and Tate wide right. Donaldson to the right of quarterback Julian Sand. 3rd and 2, Ohio State to the Miami 31. Sand back to throw. Pressure coming, throws left side. Incomplete at the 25 for Brandon Innes as he went to the sideline, and he was covered by Keontae Scott. So on will come Jaden Fielding to try a field goal. Fielding on the year is numbers. He is 16 for 19. He was 1 for 2 against Indiana. This is going to be spotted at the 40, so a 50-yard try, which would be a career long of 1 for Jaden Fielding from League City, Texas. John Furman to snap. Joe McGuire to put it down to the Miami 40. Snap put down, and Fielding with a kick for a 50-yard field goal in the air toward the uprights, and it is no good, off to the left. With 1 second remaining until halftime. That was what caused Texas A&M a chance to try and beat this Miami team.
Yep, 50-yard field goal try, wide left. Ohio State started that drive on their 2-yard line. Had some successful plays there to move it into Miami territory. Gave them an opportunity to get some points on the board, but just couldn't get it done.
So that is 2 misses in a row now for Jaden Fielding, and Miami is going to have the ball placed at their own 31-yard line, and they'll just take a snap and go to halftime leading 14-0.
He had plenty of length, just didn't have the accuracy.
Beck takes a knee after taking the snap, and that'll end the first half with Miami leading Ohio State 14-0. Stay tuned. Skip Ossick with our halftime show coming up next. 14-0. Miami with a lead. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan. Welcome to the Buckeye Football Halftime Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
Buckeyes are known for paying it forward. That's why Buckeyes Care strives to serve the betterment of our community by positively impacting families across Ohio. Joint partners, American Electric Power, Kroger, Donato's, the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the James Cancer Hospital, Huntington Bank, and WBNS TV in Columbus in supporting this cause at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/BuckeyesCare. Halftime here in Arlington, Miami 14, Ohio State nothing. Joined for a few minutes by Ohio State Athletic Director Ross Bjork. And Ross, it's been amazing how this whole college football playoff has taken off and has resulted in plenty of discussion regarding the format. A lot of banter the past week regarding the possibility of moving this round of games to campus sites like we see in the opening round. Is that something you see happening? And if so, what does that do to the bowls like here at the Cotton?
Yeah, I think you're right. There's a lot of rhetoric out there right now. You know, what's really fascinating is, you know, we're a top 4 seed, but we don't have that hosting opportunity. And so you throw that, you know, sort of that equation into the formula. But then you look at the bowl games here, they know what they're doing. They know how to host high-level games. They know how to host the hospitality piece. It's you know, it's a shortened schedule now. We're only here for 3 nights. We probably could be here for 2 nights. But they know what they're doing, and so I just think the pageantry around these games, I think the ability to host in around January 1st is really challenging on our campuses, especially for those of us that sit in a northern climate. So I want to continue to study it. I think we need to talk about it. I think we need to reward teams like us who are in the top 4. So it's going to be a conversation that continues, but there's some upside to it, but there's also some downside based on the nature of these games and how they're hosted.
How about expansion? We've touched on it before. When do you think that's going to hit the table as far as expanding this field? Because there's been tons of discussion, as you're aware, the last month.
Yeah, let's hope we're playing all the way through Miami. The championship weekend, there's actually meetings with the commissioners, with the college presidents who oversee the college football playoff from each conference, and they have to make a decision. If we want to expand for the 2026 season, we really need to make that decision by the end of January. We're in favor of expansion. There's different ideas. Some favor 24, some favor 16. I could go either way. What I want to do, though, is I want to have more high-level matchups really leading into postseason. And so what does conference championship game weekend look like? What do automatic qualifiers look like? There's a way to get there through expansion. And look, the bottom line is we're paying the athletes, which means we need more content, which means we need more revenue. And so let's grow the pie to a bigger opportunity, which means expanded playoff.
Ross, wanted to follow up something that we got into in Indianapolis with halftime of the Big Ten championship game, and that was the calendar, the football calendar. And you brought up as far as, look, we just need to make this happen. Can you expand on that a little bit? How do we make it happen as far as getting a better calendar?
Yeah, complicated processes, right? We have NCAA governance structure, which is still a living and breathing, apparatus. But we also have the House case settlement, which is College Sports Commission. But the pathway to get things done is through what's called the Football Oversight Committee. There's actually a subgroup working on the calendar. They're looking at the transfer portal window. They're looking at the recruiting window. They're looking at the playing season window. They're looking at the off-season window. To me, we just need to have a holistic approach to it. And, we should move the transfer portal to April and May, because that aligns with the academic calendar. That also aligns with contracts that we're paying athletes. That allows us to have coaching cycle and turnover. We're impacted by that, right? Coach Hartline, we're happy for him, but it's disruptive, right? And you have to manage through that. So there's a cleaner way to do this. The right groups are going to meet, again, in early 2026, and I hope we can come to the right solutions.
Ross, last thing. One of the unfortunate things about technology here in 2025 is we flip the page to 2026, and that is people getting a hold of players. And we all know what happened at the end of the game against Indiana, but people know what's right and wrong, but at the same time, there's no way to prevent anything like that from happening, is there?
Yeah, it's really challenging. Look, the number one thing that we do is we support our athletes. So we'll just talk about Jaden Fielding, what he's gone through, what his family's gone through. Nobody should have to deal with that. If they want to criticize that he missed a kick, he can handle that. He's a big boy, if you will. But to go after his family, to the rhetoric that's been thrown out there, it's just unacceptable. Some of it's borderline criminal. And so we've got support of law enforcement. We're looking into some things, but we've got to support our athletes. No one should react that way. It's easy to say, well, just turn it off. That's not really practical. No one should react that way, and so we're going to continue to educate. I think the onus on us as the enterprise of college athletics to put things out there. The NCAA is actually doing a good job of talking about sports betting, blowback on athletes and how athletes should not have to put up with that. And so I think we need to continue to talk about it. I think we need to work with our legislators, our casino operators, our sports betting operators, because a lot of this is around sports betting. Let's face it. And so we're going to protect our athletes every single time.
So Ohio State Athletic Director Ross Bjork. Ross, we appreciate your time as always. Hopefully we're doing this again next week. But regardless, all the best to you and your family in the new year.
Happy New Year. Go Bucks.
Again, the score here at the half, Miami 14, Ohio State nothing. Up next, we will chat with Ohio State President Ted Carter as halftime activities continue. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right. Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles. From biking to bench presses, Milk's protein helps you build lean muscle and gain more from your workouts.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Polk Heels for Window Nation. Columbus, did you know you can get 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? This month, they're offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. Get big savings, plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com today.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer set sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience, all inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail from Fort Lauderdale to bucket list ports like Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas with many former Buckeye greats. Call 614-792-6204 to book today. Halftime in Arlington, Miami 14, Ohio State nothing. Skip Mossick joined by Ohio State President Ted Carter, and I wish we had some better news. The numbers, they got caught up a little bit overall in the late in the first half, but still not on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the numbers look better than the scoreboard for sure. The pick six was a tough one. And, we've watched a lot of football together. The line of scrimmage play is, I think, really the critical point that's got to get adjusted for us to get back in. Obviously, we're getting the ball after the half, and we got to be able to move the ball, and we got to put a stop on them. So let's see how we come out.
The last time we spoke, it was a good win there at the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis, and I know you want to say hats off to Indiana.
Yeah, no, Indiana. Hey, they played a heck of a game, tough game. So congratulations to Indiana, and of course they got their big game tomorrow. But we're already well past that after a great undefeated regular season, and let's see how we can come out here and turn our things around here in the second half.
A number of players have earned some impressive honors in the postseason. If you give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, we had some really impressive events that happened, regular season. Caleb Downs honored with the Jim Thorpe Award. That put him in pretty elite company. Just the third Buckeye to ever get that honor. We had 7 first-team All-Americans. That's an Ohio State record at ties. Obviously, we saw Julian Sayin up in New York City as a Heisman finalist. Proud of that. And, can't forget about Urban Meyer being enshrined into the College Football Hall of Fame. And finally, I want to give a special shout-out to the 137 Buckeye student-athletes across all fall sports who are named to the academic All-Big Ten team. That's a really impressive number. That's the third most we've ever had in school history. So, it's all good, when we're looking at the whole sports program.
Besides excellence on and off the field by the student athletes, I mean, your faculty have just earned an impressive honor as well, if you can tell everybody about that.
Yeah, I love having the chance to brag about that. The federal government numbers just came in, literally just this past week. We're 12th among all U.S. institutions for research and development expenditures. That's up from number 14 last year. And we're number 6 in the country in industry-sponsored research, up from number 7 the year before. So, those rankings are really important. It says, how good we are in our research. But really, it's the life-changing and life-saving impact that our research has on the people of Ohio. And that's true for our friends here at the University of Miami. They're an AAU institution, and we do some great work together. And I'm proud of the work that they do and what we all do for higher education.
It is New Year's Eve, President Carter. Any resolutions for 2026?
We've got our 10-year strategic plan that got underway this year, and I guess the biggest resolution is to take our academic excellence and move it to the very top in the nation. We've got all the resources to do that. We've got the talent, so we're going to be laser focused on that. And of course, we want to see our sports programs continue to stay competitive. We're the reigning national champions in football, and we got a second half here, and let's see how the rest of this game goes, and we'll be ready for 2026.
I know that these bowl weeks are not as long, as extensive as they used to be, but I did see you and some Ohio State representatives out and about with some charitable components the last day or so.
Yeah, we did a really nice community event, the 26th one we've ever done with the North Texas Food Bank, and we put together 21,800 meals for food insecurity, and that was really a special event. And we had some Miami alumni there with us, a little over 100 people helping out with that.
Good stuff. Any thoughts before we kick things off in the second half?
No, keep the faith and expect to win.
Ohio State President Ted Carter, let's get it going. We hope to see you next week,
yes,
okay?
Absolutely.
All right, 14-0. Ohio State trails Miami halftime here in Arlington. Up next, we'll check your scoreboard as halftime activities continue. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Listen up, Buckeye Nation. Tailgates, busy mornings, even meal prep. Ohio eggs fit every game plan. Packed with healthy protein, easy to prepare, and always a crowd pleaser. Ohio eggs are the MVP of your plate. When you add a dozen eggs to your cart, you're not just buying breakfast. You're getting 1.5 pounds of protein-rich food for nutritious meals, quick snacks, and game day favorites. All in one carton. Thanks to Ohio farmers, more than 11 billion nutritious eggs are produced in the Buckeye State every year. Your playbook for delicious meals starts at ohioeggs.com.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics, wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country. Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Again, halftime here in Arlington, CFP quarterfinal game at the Cotton Bowl. Miami 14, Ohio State nothing. Skip Mossick with a quick check of your halftime scoreboard. College football bowl games earlier today. Iowa defeats Vanderbilt in Tampa 34-27. In El Paso, Duke took on Arizona State. Duke pulled away late.
Shepard's to the right of Mensah. Everybody ready. And from the shotgun, here's the snap. They'll give it to Shepard. Cuts right, moves the pile into the end zone. Touchdown. Nate Shepard has his 11th of the season, and they stretch the lead in the third quarter. It is now 34-24 with the extra point to go.
David Shoemate on Learfield. Duke defeats Arizona State 42-39. That was your final. In Orlando, Texas knocks off Michigan 41-27. And out in Las Vegas, Utah, they take care of Nebraska 44-22. That was your final. Again, here at the half in Arlington, Miami 14, Ohio State nothing. Paul and Jim back to preview the second half next. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Hosting a passionate crew of Buckeye fans? Revamp your rec room for an epic watch party with power reclining sofas, massaging recliners, entertainment centers, and coffee tables from Bob's. They even have sofas with drop-down tables for snacks and bevs. Shop in-store or online to score big on an incredible game day setup at Bob's everyday low prices. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
Your home for Ohio State athletics, The Fan. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Stream the Buckeyes satellite free on DirecTV. Visit directtv.com today to learn more. Halftime here at the Cotton Bowl in Arlington, Texas. 14-0 Miami leading Ohio State, Jim.
Yeah, here's some of the stats. Miami's had 38 offensive plays for 165 yards, 98 yards passing, 20 rushing attempts for 67 yards. Ohio State had 29 offensive plays for 154 yards, 157 yards passing, 9 carries for -3 yards. Miami's had the ball for 19 minutes and 15 seconds. Ohio State 10:45. Miami's 3 of 8 on third downs. Ohio State 1 of 6. Individually for Ohio State, C.J. Donaldson, 2 carries for 16 yards. Julian Sand, 11 of 20, 157 yards, 1 interception, sacked 3 times. C.J. Donaldson, your leading receiver, with 4 catches for 33. Jeremiah Smith, 3 for 82. And Davis Igmanozan's our leading tackler with 8.
14-0 Miami with a lead over Ohio State. Second half coming up next. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
We have acres of brand new Chevys, Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, and Ram vehicles, as well as used cars and trucks that you're looking for at the Juppweiler Columbus Auto Mall in Canal Winchester. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we can find it at one of our 23 other locations. So come shop the lot or view over 2,000 cars right at your fingertips at JuppweilerColumbusAutomall.com. Plus, use Weiler Direct to see monthly payments, value your trade, and get pre-approved. Rooted in family, driven by you.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut, to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. Second half about to start. 14-0 Miami leading Ohio State. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Coming out of the halftime tunnel, Ohio State head coach Ryan Day, when asked if he will incorporate more tempo similar to that of the 2-minute drill that his Buckeyes had before the missed field goal from Jaden Fielding, he said that with a straight face, it's going to take execution, and they'll look to incorporate a bit of that in the second half.
Each first down that Ohio State picks up brought to you by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. One note regarding Miami. 13 consecutive pass completions by Carson Beck breaks the Cotton Bowl record set by Landry Jones with 10 in Oklahoma's game with Texas A&M in 2013. And Carson Beck, who has been a very mercurial quarterback, he's been on the point tonight.
Yeah, he's 14 of 18 for 98 yards, 1 TD. His longest play has been 16 yards, 1 sack. C.J. Daniels, their leading receiver, has got 4 catches for 36 yards. Malachi Toney's got 4 catches, but just for 9 yards. Dylan Joyce had 3 punts for a 49.7-yard average, and Mohamed Torres, our leading tackler at half, with 4 tackles. Akeem Mesidor has 3 tackles, 2 of those sacks.
Well, this offensive line of Ohio State has been put in a predicament they've not been in all year with the kind of pressure they've seen.
Yeah, they're going to have to put a drive here to start the third quarter.
Number 98.
Well, Ohio State will get the kick to start the third quarter. James Peoples and Brandon Innes will be back deep. Lorenzo Styles got banged up early in the first half, and we've not seen him back out there either on kick returns or on defense. Of course, Lorenzo had a kick return for a touchdown against UCLA late in the season.
100 yards.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's had a shoulder injury that's been bothering him the second half of the season. They must have re-injured that.
Well, Carter Davis will be kicking off for the Miami Hurricanes, who have looked as impressive as anybody has been against Ohio State all season. 14-0 Miami with the lead. Davis's kick is in the air. James Peoples is going to field it deep in the end zone, and he's going to bring it out. Running on a left angle, gets to the 10-yard line, gets to the 15, and is tackled just shy of the 20-yard line. As James Peoples out of San Antonio tried a big return, but he ends up being stopped shy of the 20-yard line.
And I understand the 1-2 there, but you're going to get it to 25 if you do nothing. That time he brought it out and got it about to the 18.
And took a big hit in doing so. So Ohio State will start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Julian Sayin playing in his first college football playoff game, and it's not been a great start for him. He'll start off in a shotgun. Bo Jackson to be off his left hip. Jeremiah Smith wide left. Three wide to the right. Tate, Innes, and Clare. Hinsman set to snap it from the 18-yard line to the Ohio State quarterback, Sand. Hands it off out of a pistol to Bo Jackson. Running at a right angle. He's loose to the 20 and taken down at about the 23-yard line by safety Jacoby Thomas of Miami.
Looks like Captain Austin Saraveld's not in the ball game. They got Ian Moore in at left tackle, number 69.
Well, Saraveld was banged up, as you mentioned earlier. 2nd and 3 now for Ohio State with the ball to their own 25. Of course, Saraveld playing in his 24th game and making his 20th start tonight. But not in there, as you said, Jim. So 2nd down and 3 to go. Ohio State with the ball to their own 25. Down by 2 touchdowns. Julian Sand gets the snap out of the gun. Hands to Bo Jackson. Goes straight ahead. Jackson gains the 30 and is pushed down just a little bit past the 30 as Miami had linebacker Mohamed Toure make contact with him. It's a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Well, that's a positive start. Let's see if they can build on that.
Of course, Bo Jackson had 6 games of 100 yards or more rushing. The 5th Ohio State true freshman to get over 1,000 in the season.
We got positive yards rushing now. We got about 7 or 8.
All right. Baby steps.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Buckeyes at their own 31, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Smith wide right, Innocent Tate off the line left along with 2 tight ends. Jackson, the single setback as Julian Sand will work under center. Fake handoff. Sand plants his feet at his 21 to throw. Sand looks, shoots it up the right side. Innes with a catch. He scoots to the 37-yard line where he is ushered out of bounds by linebacker Mohamed Toure and defensive back O.J. Frederic.
Well, they sent Jeremiah Smith on a post route. He was 30, 40 yards down the field. Julian Sand looked that way, but went to the check down there, Brandon Innes.
2nd and 4. Ohio State at their own 37. Innes, a junior from Hollywood, Florida, came into the game with 32 catches on the season. Carnell Tate will come wide to the left. Jeremiah Smith is wide to the right along with Max Clare. And Bo Jackson in the backfield with quarterback Julian Sand. 2nd and 4, Ohio State working from their own 37-yard line. Sand with a snap out of the gun, hands to Bo Jackson, coming up the middle, Jackson, and he's got room to the 50. Loose, and he's taken down to the 45 of Miami. Bo Jackson by safety Jacoby Thomas, but the freshman from Cleveland, Villa Angela St. Joseph, is giving Ohio State a spark and a first down.
Well, they started this third quarter very, very good so far. Let's see if they can finish with a touchdown on this drive.
First down, Ohio State with the ball at the Miami 45-yard line. Trailing 14-0 early in the third quarter. Now C.J. Donaldson is in at tailback. A line behind the quarterback Julian Sand in a pistol. Tate is wide to the right side. Sand looks to throw. Tate now backing up. Tate being chased to elude somebody. Now he's grabbed and thrown down right around the 50-yard line. And once again, Miami able to get some pressure put on. And it was defensive end Marquise Lightfoot who makes the tackle of Julian Sand.
Came in the ball game with 1.5 sacks, and they're going to give him that sack there. So Ohio State, Julian trying to look a little bit further down the field, trying to make a play, and pass protection wasn't there. 4th sack of the ball game.
2nd and 14 for Ohio State.
They're starting to pile up, aren't they?
They sure are.
5 last game, 4 this game so far.
Ball is at the 49 of Miami. Jeremiah Smith wide to the right. Brandon Innes, Carnell Tate wide left. C.J. Donaldson tailback off the right hip of Julian Sand. And Sand gets the snap, drops it as 42 to pass, shoots out on upper right side. Caught by Jeremiah Smith, tackled to the 28 of Miami as he makes a tough catch before being stopped by safety Zachariah Poyser. First down on the catch by Jeremiah Smith.
Good job there by Julian Sand, hanging in the pocket there, had pretty good pass pro, put it right on the money. A little bit high, but not high enough for Jeremiah Smith to pull that thing down. Good job.
Ball is put down at the 26 of the Miami Hurricanes. This is the opening drive of the third quarter. 14-0 Miami leading.
4 down territory. Need a touchdown. Can't settle for a field goal.
Smith wide right, Tate wide left. Donaldson at tailback with Sand under center. And he's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, Ohio State at the Miami 26. Sand crouched into Carson Hinsman, feeds the ball to Donaldson, running on a right angle, and he is taken down at about the 23 of Miami by defensive lineman Armando Blum.
Good for about 3, maybe 3.5 yards there on that first down carry. So keeping it balanced, rushing and throwing the football on this drive.
Under 11 to play third quarter, and this drive is now at 2nd and 6. Ohio State at Miami's 22-yard line. Again, the offensive line hampered by the absence of Tegra Shabola and now Austin Saravel.
Yeah, but they're having their best drive of the game.
They
Let's
sure
see if they
are.
can finish it.
Donaldson remains at tailback off the right hip of Julian Sand. Smith and Tate started off the line to left. Now Tate will move deep in an I formation in the backfield to the right of Julian Sand. Ball to the Miami 23. Snap to Sand. And he'll screen it to Carnell Tate right side. He races to the 20 of Miami, to the 15, and knocked down at the Miami 10-yard line by defensive end Akeem Mesidor. The Buckeyes get in the Giant Eagle red zone on that screen pass to Carnell Tate.
Had been that offset eye, right? A little bit off of the quarterback, lined up to the right. Had some blockers out there, 2 tight ends. We're able to clear a path for Carnell Tate to get a little running room to make it 1st and goal.
At the 8 of Miami, the best-looking drive of the Ohio State offense the whole game. Jeremiah Smith flanked out to the right. Carnell Tate wide left. Donaldson in the backfield. Or no, excuse me, that's Jackson to the right of Julian Sand. 1st and goal to the Miami 8 for Ohio State. Sand gets the snap out of the shotgun. Sand looking to throw. Sand being chased, slides to his left. Now screens it out right side where it's caught. And then at the 6-yard line is where the tight end is dumped. Will Kazmarek by safety Jacoby Thomas of Miami.
Good job there by Will Kazmarek holding on to that football. Because as you said, he got hit. They're going to spot that just inside the 5-yard line.
Where it will be 2nd and goal. Will Kazmarek, senior out of St. Louis, takes a big hit from Thomas. Now it's 2nd and goal. Ball inside the 5 for Ohio State. Tate, Smith, and Clare wide left. Now Clare will motion to the right. Julian Sand in a shotgun. Jackson in the backfield next to him. And Sand is going to hand it Jackson. Running straight ahead, Jackson. And Jackson pushed the pile to the 1-yard line, where he is knocked down at the 1. Miami had defensive end Ruben Bain tracking that play from behind.
3rd and goal. Got to find a way to punch it in on this play right now. Ohio State traditionally has gone 2 and 3 tight ends. They're not going to do it on this play.
As you said, Jim, 3rd and goal with the ball placed at the Miami 1. Tight end Clare on the left side with Kazmarek and Tate. Smith off the line to the right. And Jackson in the backfield with Sand, who's in the gun. 3rd and goal at the Miami 1 for Ohio State. Sand gets the snap. Hands it Bo Jackson. Following blockers. Jackson gets to the goal line. He's down right at the goal line, and it's a touchdown for Bo Jackson. Running behind blockers, and the freshman from Cleveland gets his 6th rushing touchdown of the season, and it brings Ohio State to where they get on the scoreboard. At least they trail 14-6.
It's exactly what they had to do. They had the ball to start the 3rd quarter. They needed to get points, get a touchdown, and they were able to do that. Excellent drive there by the Ohio State offense. Now the defense has to do their job.
And how about Jaden Fielding getting a field goal moment to come out here and at least knock a PAT through?
Yeah,
he missed a 50-yard field goal try right before the half. And
they're reviewing?
You would guess, additional review. The officials, as they're holding up the PAT try, now they're going to let it happen. Long snappers, John Furlman. Joe McGuire will be the holder, putting it down to the 11. And Jaden Fielding will kick to try and get Ohio State's 7th point of the game. Everybody is in position on the line of scrimmage. Fielding has taken his steps to position himself. Furlman snaps. McGuire spots. Fielding's kick is up, and it is good. And with that touchdown, that's another donation from the Heartland Bank Community Foundation to the USO of Central and Southern Ohio, benefiting our active duty military personnel and their families. For more information or to support our troops, go to usocso.org and be the force behind the forces. Timeout with 8:05 left in the 3rd quarter. 14-7, Miami leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
Toyota-thon is on. Wrap up the year with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get $3,000 customer cash on remaining new 25 Tundras. Or get 0.99 APR financing plus $1,000 TFS APR cash. With approved credit through TFS, excludes TRD Pro. APR cash must be applied to deal. And every new Toyota comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Come on over to Heartland and
Join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Each Buckeye defensive third down this half is brought to you by Corson Fire and Security, protecting life and property since 1946. From knowledgeable salespeople to highly trained technicians, Corson provides the very best fire protection and security solutions to businesses throughout Ohio. Learn more at Corson.com. Bo Jackson, a 1-yard touchdown run plus the point after, gets Ohio State on the board. But the Buckeyes trail Miami 14-7 with 8:05 to play in the third quarter.
The Ohio State scoring drive, powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 11 plays, 82 yards, 6:49 off the clock. Down on the sideline to Tyler Danberg.
Well, Jim, Ohio State marched upfield with a new-look offensive line. Ian Moore replaced left tackle Austin Saraveld. Joshua Padilla now at right guard. Saraveld is on the sidelines with 2 layers of tape on his right ankle, but really impressive what they had to do to weather the storm and get upfield.
Well, Bo Jackson, who really has been impressive through the course of the season, punches that ball in, a freshman who had over 1,000 yards. And it kind of changes the feeling of this game a little bit.
Well, he had 2 carries for 10 yards in the first half. Now he's got 9 for 45, so 35 yards on that drive. You're right. Good job there by Ryan Day calling plays and the offense executing those plays. Now it's up to the defense to get a stop.
Chris Wheatley-Humphrey is back deep along with Malachi Tony. No, excuse me, that's not Tony. It is Keelan Marion to await Jaden Fielding's kickoff, which is in the air, and it'll go all the way through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
It was almost through the uprights.
I know. Wouldn't that help his mental state?
He needs a tee.
Yeah, and needs to kick it from further back. Well, now the Ohio State defense trying to urge their supporters who come to Arlington, Texas, as Miami's offense will get the ball for the first time tonight. Their one offensive touchdown came on a TD pass, Carson Beck to Mark Fletcher. They get a defensive touchdown on a pick 6 by Keontae Scott. 1st and 10, Miami at their own 25-yard line. Carson Beck, 5th-year senior and a Georgia transfer, assembles his offense. He's going to have Mark Fletcher at tailback behind him. Hurricanes making late substitutions. Malachi Tony is wide to the left with another receiver. Daniels is wide to the right, pistol formation with Carson Beck at quarterback. Beck gets the snap. Hands it Fletcher, running straight ahead, and Fletcher's going to be dragged down right around the 30-yard line by Ohio State defensive lineman Edric Houston.
Gain of 5 on that first down run, running behind the right guard, right tackle there. They found a little bit of a running room.
Third team All-ACC, Mark Fletcher. Junior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He had verbally committed to Ohio State coming out of high school, but changed his mind.
He wanted to stay closer to home.
2nd and 5. Hurricanes with the ball at their own 30-yard line. Keelan Marion is wide to the left, along with Malachi Tony. C.J. Daniels is wide right. Fletcher in the backfield with Beck, who's in a shotgun on 2nd down. Miami at their own 30. Beck back to pass. He'll dump that. It's deflected and knocked down by Ohio State lineman Caden McDonald as it was going up the left side.
Good play there by 98. The All-American got a hand up. Looked like his right hand was able to knock that pass down. Excellent pass defense. Pass defended by Caden McDonald.
Brings up a Corson 3rd down for Miami. 5 to go. Still stationed at their own 30-yard line. 14-7 Hurricanes leading, but the Buckeyes have got a little juice going now. Tony and Daniels wide to the right. Marion is wide to the left with the tight end Bauman. Fletcher in the backfield to the left of Carson Beck. 3rd and 5 Hurricanes at their own 30. Beck in a shotgun, receives the football. Floats that one up the left side of the field where it is caught at the 42 of Miami. And it was Marion who made the catch, falling down in front of defensive back Devin Sanchez. And Keelan Marion's catch gives the Hurricanes a first down.
Yeah, a little bit too much cushion there by Devin Sanchez. Gave him the ability to catch that football and convert there on 3rd and 5.
Marion at his 3rd school. He's been at BYU and at UConn before the senior from Atlanta ended up at Miami. 1st and 10 Hurricanes at their own 42, leading by a touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All 3 of those receivers, Marion as well as Tony, are wide to the right, as well as Daniels, but he'll motion to the left. Carson Beck in the gun. Hands it off Fletcher, moving straight ahead, and Fletcher trying to push the pile, and he's going to push it near the 50-yard line where it comes to an end We got a little more late pushing and shoving. Ohio State lineman Edric Houston brings down running back Mark Fletcher.
Sonny Styles talking to the referee there, but that's not going to help much. Gain of about 6-7 yards on that first down carry by Mark Fletcher.
Came into the game averaging 5.4 per carry and rushed for a career-high 172 in their last game at Texas A&M. 2nd and 4. Miami with the ball. It is stationed to their own 48. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. And Fletcher behind Carson Beck in a pistol. Give to Fletcher again, and he's got room running straight up the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles and finally stopped at Ohio State's 40 by safety Caleb Downs. Had it not been for Downs, Fletcher would have taken that to the house. It's a first down for the Hurricanes.
Our linebackers are getting blocked. They got to get off those blocks and make the tackle near that line of scrimmage. It's getting all the way to the secondary. And it looks like Davidson Igbenogson kind of missed a tackle there. Although he hadn't missed much, he had 8 tackles there in that first half.
1st and 10 Miami at the Ohio State 40 with 5.5 to play third quarter. 14-7 Hurricanes leading. They send 3 receivers wide to the right. One of them is Joshua Moore, who was just inserted to the game. Pringle is in a tailback behind Carson Beck in a pistol formation. And Pringle gets the handoff. Pringle snaking his way up the middle, and he's going to be knocked down right at around the Ohio State 39-yard line as the Buckeye defense was ready for Gerard Pringle. And again, it was Edric Houston, defensive lineman, with a stop.
And King Curry, number 92, also involved in that play for a short gain there on first down.
5 minutes to play third quarter with Miami leading 14-7. It is 2nd and 8 Hurricanes at the Buckeye 38-yard line. Keelan Marion, Malachi Toney go wide to the left. C.J. Daniels wide to the right along with tight end Elijah Lofton. Gerard Pringle, a tailback, to the left of Carson Beck, the quarterback. 2nd and 8 Miami at Ohio State's 38-yard line. Carson Beck eyeballs the defense, gets the snap, drops back to throw with some pressure coming, runs up the middle, and he's tripped up and stopped. Sonny Styles, linebacker, influenced that play to go down around the Ohio State 38-yard line.
Well, they had Sonny Styles lined up on Malachi Toney, and I'm thinking that's kind of where they're going to go. But he didn't stay there. He came off the edge, was able to get in the backfield and get a tackle for loss there.
To make it 3rd and 9, Miami at Ohio State's 39-yard line.
Give him credit for a sack.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think so. I would agree with what you said.
I think so. Good.
All right.
Confirmed.
Keelan Marion goes wide to the left. Malachi Toney is at the end of the line, left wide to the right. Lofton, as well as Daniels. Fletcher back in the backfield next to quarterback Carson Beck, who's going to throw against pressure, tosses middle of the field. It's caught. Football knocked away from Toney. He gets it back into his hands, and he is tackled by linebacker Arvell Reese around the Ohio State 30. And it was Reese who separated Toney initially from the ball, but he got a bounce.
The ruling on the field is a catch and a fumble recovered by the offense.
He got a basketball bounce right back into his hands.
He's going to be short, 4th and about 1.5 yards.
So Miami is going to send their field goal kicker in, Carter Davis, for what will be a 50-yard try. A senior from East Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Carter Davis on the year, 15 for 20. His long is 53. Adam Booker, the long snapper. Dylan Joyce will put it down to the 40. Carter Davis now with a kick for a 50-yard field goal. That kick is in the air toward the uprights, and he connects. A 50-yard field goal by Carter Davis of Miami. It increases their Hurricanes' lead to 17-7 over Ohio State. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Encova Insurance. For auto and home encircling you with solutions you can trust. Encova, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Timeout with 3:01 left in the third quarter. It is 17-7 Miami leading Ohio State. Here in the third quarter, this is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Paul Keels here for Window Nation. Columbus, now is the best time to replace your windows. Window Nation is offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. They'll also throw in 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home. Take advantage of big savings, plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com today.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, Anduril is an official sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, whose mission is to transform U.S. military capabilities through advanced technologies. Miami's Carter Davis being credited with a 49-yard field goal, and that ups the Hurricanes' lead to 17-7 over Ohio State with 3:01 to play in the third quarter here at the Cotton Bowl. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
There's been a lot of encouragement from alumni here on the Ohio State sideline. Former Buckeye All-American receiver Michael Thomas just walked up that far sideline. Talking to the defense, he kept screaming out, for your brother, Billy Price, Hall of Famer, former Remington Award winner. He has been encouraging the O-line all game long.
It's a 9-play drive, 43 yards, 5:04 off the clock for the Hurricanes for the field goal.
Each team's had one possession here in the second half.
Yeah, now we're down to 3 minutes, 3:01.
James Peoples and Brandon Innes will be back to await the kick. Peoples playing here in his home state of Texas. He is from San Antonio. And Carter Davis, who just connected on that field goal, will be kicking off for the Miami Hurricanes. The winner will get the winner of tomorrow night's Sugar Bowl game between Alabama and Ole Miss. That game will be played in the Phoenix Fiesta Bowl. 3:01 left in the third quarter. Davis approaches and kicks it off for Miami, who leads at 17-7. Peoples waves for a fair catch and gathers it into the end zone. So let's see if Ohio State's offense can duplicate the success they had in their first possession.
Yeah, Peoples learned his lesson, didn't he?
He sure did. He waved for a fair catch pretty immediately.
He could have let that one go. That would have been out of the back of the end zone.
We'll get a timeout on the field. 3:01 to play third quarter. 17-7. Miami with a lead. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State national championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always, trusted. Visit caresource.com.
You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
When you need urgent care, there are many choices, but there's only one advanced level of urgent care led by Ohio State's emergency medicine physicians. Ohio State Advanced Urgent Care. When you need care fast, the choice is clear. 3:01 left in the third quarter, 17-7. Miami leading Ohio State. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Biggest stakes, biggest challenge for Ohio State. 3:01 left in the third quarter. They trail Miami again by double figures. They're behind 17-7.
So you got Josh Padilla in there, right guard, Ian Moore in at left tackle. It worked last drive. Let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah, that last drive saw Bo Jackson score on a 1-yard touchdown run to get Ohio State on the board for the first time. Miami has had an offensive touchdown, a defensive touchdown, and a special team score with that last field goal from 49 yards. So Julian Sayin, Heisman finalist, as his team break the huddle. C.J. Donaldson behind him at tailback. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate come wide to the left. Tight ends on each side of the line. Center Carson Hinsman over the ball. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 25. Snap to Sayin. Hands it Donaldson running right side, and Donaldson is going to get up to about the 29-yard line, where he is thrown down by linebacker Raul Aguirre for Miami.
Got an injured player.
Timeout for a defensive player injury.
And that is defensive lineman Ahmad Moten, who is rolling around in discomfort down on the field with 2:50 left in the third quarter. Getting a lot of look at C.J. Donaldson and a bunch of different uses here tonight, Jim.
Yeah, I think he's having a heck of a game. You know, we didn't see him much at all in that Indiana game, but tonight he's been a little bit more active. He's got 4 rushing attempts now for 24 yards, 4 receptions for 33 yards. Jeremiah Smith has 105 yards receiving the football on 4 catches. Of course, he had a long there of 59 in that first half.
Jeremiah last year in the playoffs, 19 catches, just under 400 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And we're going to get a timeout on the field with 2:50 to play third quarter, 17-7. Miami leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Paul Keels here for Window Nation. Columbus, now is the best time to replace your windows. Window Nation is offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. They'll also throw in 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home. Take advantage of big savings, plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com today.
Hey, college football fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day's #1 pour. We're celebrating every snap from coast to coast because it doesn't matter what colors you wear as long as Evan's there. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and enjoy the smooth, rich taste of my favorite Kentucky bourbon at your next tailgate. Go Buckeyes! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Score perks on game day essentials all season long at Giant Eagle. Remember, Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Ohio State trailing Miami 17-7. Hurricanes defensive lineman Ahmad Moten is being helped off the field after suffering some sort of injury on the last play.
That's good to see he can walk off under his own power, so.
Yeah, but walking with a noticeable limp.
Yep.
So Ohio State now looking at 2nd and 6 after that C.J. Donaldson run, and they'll own the ball to their own 29-yard line. Second possession of the second half for Ohio State. They took the opening third quarter kickoff, marched downfield, and got a Bo Jackson 1-yard touchdown run. And mixed things up nicely.
Well, people thought this would be a low-scoring game, and they were right.
Mm-hmm. Ohio State seemingly has figured a few things out. David Blake comes in at defensive line, replacing Moten. Based on what they did in their first possession, they seemingly had figured some things out.
And defense gave up 10 points in that pick 6, obviously. That's on the offense.
Yeah. So out of the huddle comes Ohio State, looking at 2nd and 6 from their own 29. C.J. Donaldson, a tailback off the right hip of Julian Sayin. He's got a 3-receiver package deployed. Smith wide right, Tate wide left. Snap to Julian Sayin, back at his 20. Quick pass goes middle of the field, Kazmarek, and he takes it to the 40 of his own side of the field, where he is stopped by linebacker Raul Aguirre, but Will Kazmarek's catch gives the Buckeyes a first down.
Move the chains. Good job there, again, by Julian Sayin, looking at the field, finding the open tight end right behind the linebackers.
Ball marked at the 41 of Ohio State. Will Kazmarek transferred from Ohio University with that grab. Now Smith will flank out to the right. Kazmarek on the left side of the line with Ennis and Tate. Pistol formation, Sand at quarterback. Donaldson behind him at tailback. First down, Ohio State at their own 41, trailing by 10 points here in the third quarter. Snap to Sand, hands Donaldson with both arms over the ball, runs right up the middle and nothing doing. As he'll go down maybe at the 42 if he's fortunate. Raul Aguirre, linebacker, and lineman Justin Scott gang up on the stop.
Yeah, 2-yard gain there, running behind Josh Padilla, who's in at right guard, and Phillip Daniels, the right tackle.
2nd and 8, Ohio State. They get credit to moving the ball to their own 43-yard line. Sand gets a quick snap, fakes a handoff. Sand looking to pass, tosses that left side in. His catches at the 50-yard line, and he is taken down to the 48 of Miami by Raul Aguirre, linebacker. But Brandon Ennis, who's having a productive night, gets another first down.
Sure is. Good to see the captain step up and make those plays. Of course, he's out of Florida, too, Hollywood, Florida.
Ball marked at the 48 of the Miami Hurricanes with a minute to play. A little more than a minute to play here in the third quarter. 17-7 Miami leading.
Ennis' 4th catch of the game.
Going wide to the right are Tate, Jackson, and Smith. And Julian Sand straight behind center. Now Jackson motions into the backfield with him, and Jackson gets the handoff. Coming left side of the 50, swings it to the 45 of Miami, and that's where he is taken down at the Miami 45 by linebacker Raul Aguirre.
Nice gain there on first down. You'll take 4 or 5. I think they'll give him credit for 4 there, so it sets up a 2nd and 6 as he was able to get it out wide outside the left tackle, Ian Moore.
And the Buckeyes get right on the ball at the Miami 44-yard line. Sand with a quick snap again. Looks to throw up the left sideline, throws Jeremiah Smith, catches and goes out of bounds at the 24 of Miami, where he was covered rather aggressively by defensive back O.J. Frederick. But a tough catch made by Jeremiah Smith to give the Buckeyes a first down.
I think Frederick's hurt. He went down after that play, sitting in the...
Timeout for a defensive player injury.
And Miami is down one of their cornerbacks. Damari Brown has been injured for the last couple of games. But Jeremiah Smith makes a tough catch coming down the left sideline.
There's a heck of a throw there by Julian Sand. That was a tight window to fit that football in, and he was able to do that. And Jeremiah was able to use his upper body there to kind of shield the cornerback from getting to where the ball was, and made the nice catch for a first down.
According to the scoreboard, that ball will be marked at the Miami 22-yard line. With 16 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and as you said, Jim, a fresh set of downs for the Buckeyes.
127 yards receiving for Jeremiah Smith on 5 catches.
This was a 14-0 Miami lead at the half. And it felt then like it was all Miami, but Ohio State has changed some of the feeling of this game.
Got to think Jeremiah Smith's going to have all the records by the time he's done. He's got 159 receptions for his career right now.
1st and 10, Ohio State at Miami's 22. Bo Jackson in the backfield behind Julian Sand, who is under center to take the snap. They'll fake the handoff, give it on a reverse. Jeremiah Smith coming left to right. He runs to the 25 of the Hurricanes, gets to the 21, and that's where he is taken down at the Miami 21-yard line. That stop is made by nickelback Keontae Scott, and the third quarter will come to an end here in Arlington, Texas after 3. It is 17-7. Miami leading Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add on your choice of a sub, salad, wings, a 10-inch pizza, and more for just $5 each. Order your favorite $5 Pizza Pals from Donatos.com today. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donatos. Gotta love more.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. You're listening listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Back in Arlington, Skip Mossick with a check of your college football scoreboard. It is brought to you by Encova Insurance. Encova, a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Finals from bowl games earlier today. Iowa defeats Vanderbilt in Tampa 34-27. In El Paso, Duke knocks off Arizona State 42-39. It was Texas defeating Michigan 41-27 at the Citrus in Orlando. In Las Vegas, Utah over Nebraska 44-22. College basketball around the state this afternoon. Dayton a winner over Fordham 63-56. UConn defeats Xavier 90-67. Women's college basketball, Ohio State gets a win at Purdue 83-56. NBA Cavaliers over Phoenix 129-113. National Hockey League Blue Jackets lose at home to New Jersey 3-2. Miami 17, Ohio State 7 as we head to the fourth with the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Keels.
Welcome back to the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com, equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. They are pretty good about bringing us a lot of stats during the course of the night here. Caleb Downs, 2 forced fumbles, the Ohio State safety, the most by any player in a college football playoff game. Unfortunately, Ohio State only recovered one of them.
Yeah, exactly. We got to start recovering those fumbles.
Yeah, the one bounced right back up to Tony. So Ohio State continuing a drive, 2nd and 10 at the Miami 21-yard line. Quarterback Julian Sain in a pistol set and hands the ball off to tailback Bo Jackson, cutting inside the 15-yard line, and he'll get maybe the 14 before he is pinched down to the ground. Miami was able to close it down on him, and that stop was made by Miami safety Zechariah Poyser. The Buckeyes in the Giant Eagle red zone.
Got a pretty good block there by the tight end Max Clare as he was playing fullback, was able to take care of Chase Smith, number 41.
3rd and 3, Ohio State at Miami's 15-yard line. Bennett Christian comes in as the tight end. Buckeyes still briefly huddled. Now they break it from around Julian Sain. Cornell Tate wide right. Jeremiah Smith wide left. C.J. Donaldson is in at tailback. 2 tight ends, Christian and Kazmarek, right side of the line. Sain in a shotgun. It is 3rd and 3. Ohio State at Miami's 15. And Sain hands it off Donaldson straight ahead. He maybe gets the 13-yard line as he took it right up the middle of the field, and Miami was able to knock C.J. Donaldson down. Keontae Scott, nickelback, makes that play.
Going to be about 1.5 yards shy here on 4th down. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yes. Kicking has all of a sudden become a little bit of an issue. So to be 4th and 2, Ohio State at the Miami 14-yard line. Bo Jackson will be the setback off the right hip of Julian Sain. Cornell Tate wide right, Jeremiah Smith wide left. 2 tight ends on the right side of the line on 4th down. Now Jackson motioning to the left. Snap to Sain, looks to throw. Lawson in the 5, where it is caught by Jeremiah Smith. The flag thrown as Smith gets into the end zone, seemingly for a touchdown. But there is a penalty flag that came out on what would be a 14-yard pass play if it stands.
I think they're going to decline that defensive holding.
Pass, holding, defense number 41. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Well, Jeremiah Smith grabs that TD pass of 14 yards from Julian Sain. He was out wide to the left, cut back to the middle, and gets into the end zone, and the score is now Miami 17-13 over Ohio State.
Good pass protection, good concept there. Remember, we had problems with short yardage against Indiana. That time they got it corrected. Just ran the slant route inside. Even though they held him, it didn't matter. He still came up with a play and ended up in the end zone.
Furman to snap for the PAT. McGuire to hold. And it's put down, and the kick by Jaden Fielding is up, and Jaden Fielding knocks it through the uprights to make it 17-14. Miami with a lead, but Ohio State 2 possessions in the second half. Both have been scores. Buckeye football brought to you in part by Aetna Medicare Solutions. Guidance for the Medicare protection you need. Timeout with 13:28 to play in the game. 17-14. Miami with a lead. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Toyota Thon is on. Wrap up the year with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Corollas and Corolla hybrids. Excludes GR and Corolla Cross. Or lease a gas-powered 26 Corolla LE for $199 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
College football season is Modelo season. If you're listening to this right now, it's time to reward your full-time fandom with a nice cold Modelo brewed for full-time Buckeye fans. Julian saying a 14-yard TD pass to Jeremiah Smith plus the point after for Ohio State brings the Buckeyes closer. Miami leading it 17-14 with 13:28 left in the fourth quarter.
The Ohio State scoring drive powered by Honda, celebrating over 40 years of manufacturing right here in Ohio. 10 plays, 75 yards, 4:33 off the clock. Jeremiah Smith now 6 receptions for 141 yards in that TD. Down on the sideline to Tyler Danberg.
Another 100-yard game for Jeremiah Smith, who said coming into this game, we've got something planned for Miami on New Year's Eve. And the first person to greet Jeremiah Smith once he sputtered into the end zone, it was Brandon Innes. Why is that significant? Both Miami natives who certainly understand this series.
Chris Wheatley-Humphrey and Keelan Marion will be back to await the kick for Miami, whose lead has been cut to 17-14. Ohio State's already gotten one turnover tonight. Peyton Pierce recovered a fumble forced by Caleb Downs, who's forced 2 of them. And Jaden Fielding is set to kick it off from left to right. Puts his right foot into it. And that ball will go deep, and it'll go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback for the Hurricanes.
So that's 2 straight scoring drives for this Buckeye offense here in this second half. Now our defense needs to get a stop. Need to force a punt or better yet, a turnover.
Miami's only possession the second half resulted in a 49-yard field goal by Carter Davis. So the Hurricanes back with the ball in their midst at their own 25-yard line. Leading 17-14 here at the Cotton Bowl.
Well, they're feeling some pressure now, so hopefully it affects them in one way or the other.
Unlike they felt in the first half.
Right.
Carson Beck gets his offense set. 1st and 10 of their own 25. Mark Fletcher behind him in a pistol formation. Single flanker Marion to the left, 2 are wide to the right. Tony and Daniels. 1st and 10, Miami at their own 25-yard line. Druckermeyer, the center, over the ball. Snap to Carson Beck. Fakes the handoff. Drops back at his 15. Flings that one deep down the right side of the field where Devin Sanchez knocks that ball away at the Ohio State 29 from the intended receiver, Daniels.
Well, they took a shot, right? They went down the field trying to get that big play. Carson Beck put a lot on that football. Good coverage down the field by the freshman, Devin Sanchez.
Better than good coverage.
Yeah.
Probably should have been called for a penalty.
He might have got away with one.
Might have. So it'll be 2nd and 10, Miami, with the ball at their own 25-yard line. Of course, Sanchez playing because of an earlier injury to Lorenzo Stiles.
Still no penalties in this game. We had one called, but it was declined.
Tony goes wide to the right with Trader. Wide to the left is Marion. Carson Beck gets the second down snap. Hands it off, and the running back Fletcher's going to be swarmed and stopped right around his own 21-yard line. Ohio State with a bunch of them there. Kenyatta Jackson, Caden McDonald, defensive lineman, with a play that brings up a course and 3rd down.
3rd and long, 3rd and about 11 yards for Miami. This is a great time for the Buckeye defense to force a 3 and out and get the offense, who scored 2 drives in a row, back out in the field.
3rd and 11, Miami at their own 24-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Marion and Bauman wide to the left. Wide to the right are Tony and Daniels. Fletcher in the backfield with quarterback Beck. 3rd and 11, Miami at their own 24-yard line. Snap to Carson Beck. Drops back at his 15. Some pressure coming. He takes off running left side. Gets to his own 30, and he is stopped at his own 35-yard line. And a big hit is made by safety Leroy Roker, but a big first down secured on a run by quarterback Carson Beck of Miami.
Buckeyes only rushed 3, brought another guy late there to get 4 in there. You got to have somebody on the quarterback. That time he was able to bust out behind the left side of his offensive line and pick up that first down, a crucial first down.
Gets the ball up to his own 35-yard line with 12:05 to play fourth quarter. It is 17-14, Miami leading. Tony will go wide to the right along with Daniels. Fletcher remains in the backfield behind quarterback Carson Beck in a pistol formation. Now Tony motioning to the left. Give to Fletcher, moving up the middle. Head, and Davison Igbinosun corner will stop him right around the Miami 36.
Yeah, Caleb Downs again, number 2, forcing the issue. The first man to meet Fletcher in the backfield, and then Davison Igbinosun finished him off.
So Miami now looking at 2nd and 9 with the ball at their own 36. 11.5 and counting, fourth quarter.
At least 10 tackles there for Davison Igbinosun.
Senior trying to make sure this is not his final collegiate game. Miami will send 3 wide receivers to the right side. Daniels, Tony, and Marion. Fletcher in the backfield off the right hip of Carson Beck. 2nd and 9. Hurricanes at their own 36. Beck back to pass. Quick toss comes left side where it is caught by Marion, pushed out of bounds around the Miami 39-yard line by corner Davison Igbinosun, bringing up a course in 3rd down.
Yeah, Marion came in motion all the way behind the quarterback, behind the center, and was wide open as he got out to the left. Davison Igbinosun was trailing the whole time. Limited just to a 3 or 4 yard gain, though.
3rd and 7, Miami at their own 38. 10:44 in the fourth quarter clock. Carson Beck straight behind the center. Brockermeyer in the shotgun for the Hurricanes. Now Beck's going to change the play. He's got Fletcher in the backfield with him. 3 wide to the right, single flanker Marion to the left. Carson Beck straight behind center in the shotgun. Gets the snap, drops at his 30 to pass. Now moves to his left, and he gets the press away. It's incomplete up the left side of the field, where it was thrown for Marion, and the coverage was put on by both Jalen McLean and Leroy Roker. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, got him into a punting situation there. Good rush there by the Buckeye defense. They was able to tie him up. Didn't have a clear opportunity to make that throw. So this will be punt number 4 for the Hurricanes.
And for Dylan Joyce. And Brandon Ennis will drop back inside the Ohio State 20 to await it. Adam Booker is the long snapper, and he will snap the ball for Miami from their own 38-yard line. Joyce gets the snap, rolls to his right, puts a punt in the air, and that's a little bit of a wobbler that is going to go out of bounds around the 24 of Ohio State. So with 10:17 to play in the fourth quarter, the Buckeyes will have the ball trailing 17-14 to Miami. A game they trailed at the half, 14-0. Timeout on the field. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile, get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, You will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over. Funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. 10-17 to play fourth quarter here at the Cotton Bowl. 17-14. Miami with a lead, but Ohio State will have the ball to their own 25. Down on the field to Tyler Danberg.
Paul, on this Ohio State sideline, it feels like a lot of the momentum, if not all the momentum, has been swung in their direction. And on top of that, Miami defensive back O.J. Frederick was carted to the Hurricanes locker room. This is significant because he's been a constant matchup with Buckeyes wideout Jeremiah Smith, who has 6 reps for 141 yards. Brian Hartline, Buckeyes offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach on the field, pointed that out to his offense. That's going to be a matchup to keep an eye on.
Well, this Ohio State offense has found some life here in the second half. They got a 1-yard touchdown run from Bo Jackson and a 14-yard TD pass Julian Sand to Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, that missed field goal would have been a tie ball game, right?
Yes.
So,
right before
got to make up for that.
Yes. So Ohio State with the ball first and 10 at their own 25-yard line, trying to stay alive in the college football playoffs. Carnell Tate will go wide to the left. Jeremiah Smith wide right. Tight ends on each side of the line. Donaldson in the backfield with quarterback Julian Sand on first down. Gets the snap. Sand drops back, throws on the left side where it is caught by Will Kazmarek. He'll move to the 35, get the first down as he goes out of bounds with a shove right around the 33-yard line. That play was bumped out by nickelback Keontae Scott. A first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Yeah, it seems like Ryan Day's back in the groove calling plays. He hasn't called them for a while. Of course, he can always, as a head coach, you can make that final call, but first half, things weren't getting executed the way he wanted to. The second half has been better.
First and 10, Ohio State at their own 37-yard line. Jeremiah Smith will go out wide to the left, wide to the right. Are Kazmarek, Ennis, and Tate, with Donaldson behind Sand in a pistol. First and 10, Ohio State at their own 37, trailing by 3 points here in the fourth quarter. Sand gets the snap. Hands C.J. Donaldson, and he's got room moving left side to his 40, taken down at about the 41 or maybe 42 by defensive end, Akeem Mesidor of Miami.
Yeah, good job mixing things up. It looked like they were going to throw that ball to the left there. They had 2 receivers, Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith over there, but they hit him with a run, and C.J. Donaldson, the veteran of that running back room, has really played well tonight.
40 career touchdown runs combining his Ohio State and West Virginia time. So now the Buckeyes are faced with 2nd and 6 with the ball to their own 41. Bo Jackson back into tailback. He's off the left hip of Julian Sand. He's got 2 wideouts to the right. Smith and Tate. Snap to Sand. He'll look to the right. Look to throw, but he's going to be sacked back at his own 30-yard line as Miami's defense once again gets home. It's linebacker Wesley Besaint who sacks Julian Sand.
Yeah, Besaint went over our running back there. Bo Jackson just plowed him over and got the big sack, the 4th sack of the ball game for the Miami Hurricanes defense.
Came in with 41 sacks prior to the start of the night. 3rd and 15, Ohio State. Ball is marked at the Buckeye 32-yard line. Smith wide left, Ennis and Tate, and Clare wide right with Donaldson in a tailback with quarterback Julian Sand. 3rd and 15, Ohio State from their own 32. Sand, redshirt freshman, gets the snap. Back to throw. Sand looks, throws up the left seam. Caught by Jeremiah Smith, and he is taken down around the 47-yard line for what should be a first down. Stop made by Wesley Besaint, linebacker of Miami, but Smith with another big catch in traffic.
And they had double coverage on him. They had the safety over the top, and the corner backed off before the ball was snapped. Jeremiah had a great route, burst out of it, and then was able to finish the catch by picking up that first down on the 3rd and 15.
7:42 and counting here in the fourth quarter with the Buckeyes trailing by 3. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 48-yard line. Julian Sand in a shotgun gets the snap from Carson Hinsman. Back to throw. Sand looks, and he floats that one deep down the right side. Carnell Tate, but overshoots him at the 25 where he was covered by cornerback Ethan O'Connor.
Yeah, that's about the worst ball he threw all night. Usually they've been, the second worst. The first
yes.
one was the big,
I knew you were going to say that.
He just had a little bit too much on that pass. He stepped up in the pocket there, felt some rush coming from the left side, and I think that as he stepped up there, he just put a little bit too much on that one.
Yeah, his worst was that 70-yard pick six by Keontae Scott.
I concur.
2nd and 10, Ohio State still operating from their own 48. Tate and Ennis wide left, Smith wide right. Jackson to tailback to the left of Julian Sand. Tight end Max Clare flexes way out to the right. Sand back to throw, more pressure. Sand in trouble, flag thrown as he dumps it out on the left side to Bo Jackson. He'll be taken down to the 46 of Miami by linebacker Wesley Besaint. But a penalty flag and a holding call will negate that.
Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot remains second down.
That the first one of the night, Jim?
Yes.
For either team?
Yes. Miami had one on that touchdown by Jeremiah Smith, but that was declined.
So the Miami pressure once again seems ratcheted up here. So that ball is moved back now because of the penalty to the 38-yard line of Ohio State.
2nd and 20.
With 7:08 to play in the game, and the Buckeyes trailing 17-14. Brandon Innes and Max Clare wide right. Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith wide to the left. With tailback C.J. Donaldson next to Julian Sain. Now he'll break out wide to the right. 2nd and long for Ohio State. Sain with a snap, more pressure coming. Those middle of the field, caught, then dropped by Tate as he was blasted at his own 45 by safety Jacoby Thomas, forcing the incompletion.
Looking at left defensive end Reuben Bain. He's lined out in what they call a wide 9. He's probably 3 or 4 yards outside our right tackle there. Philip Daniels did a decent job pass blocking him there, but Carnell Tate just couldn't pull that pass in.
So Ohio State faced with 3rd and 20 at their own 38 with 6:47 remaining in the game. They trail by 3 points. Jeremiah Smith wide left. Wide to the right. Mylan Graham, Brandon Innes, and Max Clare. With Donaldson in a tailback next to Julian Sain, who's going to pass. Back to throw Sain. Sain looking, sliding to his left. Sain dumps it left side where it is caught by Donaldson, and he is tackled at his own 45-yard line. Miami was ready for that play as it all got gummed up, and that play made by defensive end Marquise Lightfoot, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and about 22. So obviously a punting situation for Ohio State, the first punt of the second half.
Malachi Toney will be back deep to wait the punt from Joe McGuire. John Furman will snap it for Ohio State from their own 36. 17-14 Hurricanes with a little more than 6 to play in the game. Snap goes back to Joe McGuire. Hits the punt from his 25-yard line. A penalty flag comes out as Toney drifts back, fields it at the 10. He had waved for a fair catch. But again, there is a penalty flag that came out while the ball was in the air.
It looks like they're going to call a false start. They'll probably make it punt again.
I would think if that's what it is. 6:04 to play here in the 4th quarter. And that's what the call is against Ohio State.
Illegal formation, kicking team. More than 4 players lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 4th down.
So they will re-kick. 17-14, Miami has the lead. It was 14-0 favor the Hurricanes, but the Buckeyes scored twice since halftime.
2 penalties on this drive. We had a holding call and now a legal formation. So we'll have to get another great punt. That was a pretty good punt there by Joe McGuire.
Malachi Toney is at the Miami 25. This snap from John Furman will come from the 31. Gets it head high to McGuire, hits it from his 21-yard line. And that's not a good one. That one is going to be fair caught at the 30 by Toney of Miami. That's where the Hurricanes will have the football. With 5:56 left in the game here at the Cotton Bowl timeout, with Miami leading 17-14 over Ohio State. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country, Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at Safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, So raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
5:56 left in the fourth quarter of the Cotton Bowl here in Arlington, Texas. 17-14, Miami leading Ohio State. Our thanks to AEP Energy for sponsoring our Buckeye pregame show all season long. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
17-14, Miami ahead of Ohio State. Just under 6 to play fourth quarter. Hurricanes will have the ball.
Ohio State had 154 yards at half. They have 332 now into the fourth quarter.
Well, the Buckeyes in need of a turnover. They got one in the first quarter when Peyton Pierce recovered a Mark Fletcher fumble. But Miami got a big turnover to come their way. Keontae's got a pick six from 70 yards when he picked off Julian Sand. So Carson Beck and the Hurricanes, fresh off their win over Texas A&M. They're sitting in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, they want to milk some time off this clock. Ohio State's going to have to make sure that they can force a 3-and-out here to put the ball back in their offense's hand and see if they can put a drive together to either tie it up or go ahead.
Fletcher at tailback behind Beck, who's in a pistol formation. Keelan Marion will come wide to the left with Malachi Toney. C.J. Daniels is wide to the right. 1st and 10, Miami at their own 30-yard line. Beck motioning some instructions, gets the snap out of the shotgun and hands it to Fletcher, tailback left side with room. He races all the way to the 50 and is tackled at the Ohio State 46 by cornerback Devin Sanchez. Mark Fletcher tears off a nice big run to give the Hurricanes a first down.
Yeah, that time Miami double-teamed Caden McDonald inside, and that left a little bit of gap between him and Kenyatta Jackson, and couldn't fill that gap like they needed to.
So it's 1st 10, Miami with the ball marked at Ohio State's 49. No, at their own 49 is where they put it. C.J. Daniels will go wide to the right with Malachi Toney. Keelan Marion off the line to left with tight end Alex Bauman. Fletcher, the tailback, off the right hip of his quarterback. 1st and 10, Miami at their own 49. The quarterback, Carson Beck, in a gun, awaits the snap, gets it from Brockermeyer, fakes the note, gives the handoff. Fletcher coming left side, and he's piled up and stopped right around the Ohio State 48-yard line. The Buckeyes were a little better prepared for him to come that way, and down at the bottom of the pile for Ohio State is defensive lineman Caden McDonald.
Yeah, they're moving him around. They got him lined up over the right guard, over the center. That time they had him, or left guard, center. That time they had him lined up over the right guard. He's able to get off that block and come down the line of scrimmage and make a tackle after a 3 or 4 yard gain.
2nd and 6, Miami at Ohio State's 47 with 4:40 to play in the game, and the Hurricanes protecting a 17-14 lead. Carson Beck straight behind his center. Mark Fletcher is off his left hip at tailback, and Beck back to pass. Looks, now moves, slides left side. Beck gets to the 50-yard line, and he's going to be hit by linebacker Arvell Reese and stopped at Ohio State's 45.
Big play here, big 3rd down. They got to find a way to get off the field. They got him out of field goal range. Tackle for loss obviously would really help the cause for Ohio State right here.
Course, 3rd and 3 for Miami at Ohio State's 44. As we near the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter, 17-14 Hurricanes. C.J. Daniels will go wide to the right. Wide to the left is Lofton, along with Franklin. Now shifting in the backfield is Shamar Brown, who's in at tailback for the first time. Snap to Beck, back to throw. Throws left side, and it is caught at the 39 by Brown, the tailback, tackled by linebacker Arvell Reese. And Shamar Brown, in his first play of the game, gives Miami a first down with a catch out of the backfield.
Yeah, he was able to slip out. Did have good coverage on him outside. And he did a heck of a job coming up with that football, the catch, and getting the first down.
And the clock, an ally to the Hurricanes. 3:25 and rolling. 1st and 10. Miami at the Ohio State 39-yard line. Brown remained at tailback, a transfer from North Dakota State. He is behind Carson Beck in a pistol. 2 receivers out wide to the right. It's actually 3 of them now as Beck eyeballs the defense, claps his hands, gets the snap, hands to Brown, running right side, and Brown with some room, a lot of it. He'll get to the 28, to the 26 of Ohio State, where he's tackled by quarterback Jermaine Matthews. Shamar Brown gives the Hurricanes another first down with under 3 to play in the game, and Miami up by 3.
Yeah, up by 3 and well within the field goal range. So Ohio State's got to get some negative plays here. Going to have to bring the blitz. Bringing in Will Smith. Peyton Pierce will go out.
How about a fresh running back, Shamar Brown, coming in averaging just under 4 per carry.
Yeah, Fletcher had 19 carries for 90 yards so far in this game.
1st and 10, Miami at Ohio State's 26. Brown is off the right hip of his quarterback, Carson Beck. 3 eligible receivers off the left side of the line. Now adjustments by Ohio State's defense. Beck gets the snap, hands to Brown, following blockers and safety. Caleb Downs is going to pine him up and stop him right around the Ohio State 25-yard line.
Little or no game, but it's going to take it down to the 2-minute.
Yes.
Ohio State calls a timeout here.
And the clock put in motion, and we will go, Jim, to the 2-minute timeout here in the 4th quarter of the Cotton Bowl. 17-14, Miami leading Ohio State. Timeout on the field. This is Buckeye football from Learfield.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
Buckeye Vodka, perfect for Buckeye Nation and proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Crafted in Dayton, Ohio, this family-owned vodka is as local as it gets. Made for the fans who live their Ohio pride on and off game day. And with an ambassador like Braxton Miller, it's clear this is the drink of legends. So whether you're in the stadium or on the couch, raise a glass the Buckeye way. Buckeye Vodka, the ultimate Ohio pride in every pour. Top shelf is never out of reach. Please enjoy responsibly and follow on social media at Buckeye Vodka, 21 and over.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always, trusted. Visit caresource.com.
You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
2 minutes to play at the Cotton Bowl here in Arlington, Texas. Miami 17, Ohio State 14. Reminder to stay with us after the game for the Encova Insurance Postgame Show. We'll hear from Coach Ryan Day and announce our postgame awards, including the IBEW Electric Play of the Game. Miami now looking at 2nd and 9 with the ball at the Ohio State 25.
Ohio State has to obviously get some negative yardage plays here, take him out of field goal range, and then they got to put together a heck of a drive, but defense is up first. They got to get it done here on this 2nd and 9 situation.
Shamar Brown, a sophomore from Omaha, who has just come into the game for the first time. A couple impressive plays for Miami, running at tailback.
He's got 2 carries for 14 yards along with 13.
This is a guy that was an FCS All-American playing at North Dakota State last year. So the Ohio State defense trots back onto the field, as does the Miami offense. 2 minutes exactly remaining. 17-14 Miami, 2nd and 9 Hurricanes with the ball at the 25 of Ohio State. Buckeyes defense now has deployed themselves after coming off the sideline. Miami still huddled up. Around quarterback Carson Beck. He's thrown 1 touchdown pass tonight. That went to Mark Fletcher. But Shamar Brown remained behind him at tailback. 2nd and 9 Hurricanes with the ball at Ohio State's 25-yard line. Package of receivers off the line to the right, single flanker left. Handoff will go to Brown, running by right guard, and he's going to be grabbed by Will Smith, lineman, but the pile's going to get pushed forward up to about the Ohio State 20, maybe the 19. But defensive lineman Will Smith was the first defender to grab Shamar Brown.
Timeout, Ohio State. It is their first. It will be 30 seconds.
And as you hear, the Buckeyes take the timeout, bringing up a Corson 3rd down. The scoreboard says 4 to go with the ball for Miami at Ohio State's 20.
And Miami 6 of 13. Well, 3rd down conversions here. Obviously, Ohio State's got to get it done. And, you know, field goal is going to be too much, right?
Yes.
Well, not really. It would still be 20 to 14.
Yeah, but it would still be costly.
It'd still be costly, but you still get a chance to put a drive together and maybe win by one. So,
you know, this is following Carter Davis's game last week at Texas A&M. He was 1 for 3, made a 21-yarder, badly missed one, and then hit the upright on another.
First down would probably be ball game.
Yeah. Of course, that's not a factor here in an inside stadium, but you're right, with 1:53 to play in the game. 17-14, Miami with the lead. They led 14-0 at the half. Ohio State showed some life to begin the second half, but the Hurricanes had the advantage of 3 points.
That'd be alert for Carson Beck if they spread him out for him running the football.
3rd and 4. Hurricanes of the Buckeye 20. Daniels and Marion wide to the right. Brown in the backfield. Beck gets the snap. Quick screen goes right side where it is caught, and that's going to be a first down, and tackled at the 9-yard line is the guy that caught the ball, and that was C.J. Daniels, topped by linebacker Peyton Pierce, and Miami's going to have it first and goal inside the Ohio State 10.
That's an excellent play call.
Ohio State. It is their second.
With 1:46 remaining in the game, and C.J. Daniels, senior from Lilburn, Georgia, comes off the right side and basically a screen catch, but he was able to slip by defenders to get additional yardage.
Yeah, it's a great play call there by Shannon Dawson, the offensive coordinator for the Miami Hurricanes. Got out there a little bit of a bubble screen outside wide, had good blocks. He was able to pick up that key first down.
So Ohio State takes the timeout. Defense really put in a bind here now.
Yeah, you got one timeout left. There's not a whole lot you can do, right? You're gonna use it. They could basically take a knee and then kick a field goal.
Miami will have it first and goal at the Ohio State 7-yard line. This was a Miami team that a lot of people weren't sure would get into the college football playoffs. The playoff committee had ranked them behind Notre Dame, even though they'd beat the Fighting Irish earlier in the year, and then flip-flopped that in the final poll.
Yeah, Buckeyes were favorites in this ball game.
Yeah. So much for that.
Yep.
First and goal, Miami at the 7 of Ohio State. Carson Beck, quarterback, front man in a pistol. Shamar Brown, tailback, right behind him. Receivers pinched in tight on each side. Brown gets the handoff, running right side, and Brown's going to be met by Caden McDonald. Pyle's going to come down around the Ohio State 5-yard line, where it'll be second and goal for Miami.
Ohio State's not using that last timeout.
Minute and a half and rolling, not yet anyway. So it is second and goal. Miami at the 5 of Ohio State. Hurricanes are going to bring in Seoseo Olafaituli, who lines up as a short yardage fullback. Ohio State changes some of their personnel as well.
Yeah, they go into the goal line defense.
Yes, they do. Carson Beck straight behind the center. Shamar Brown will be off his right hip. Snap to Beck. Hands it Brown. Moving right side. Brown. He's going to get into the end zone for a clinching touchdown. Shamar Brown punches it into the end zone for Miami on a 5-yard touchdown run. Shamar Brown has been big on this drive. And with under a minute to play, Brown with a 5-yard touchdown run that makes it 23-14 Hurricanes.
Well, it looks like there's going to be a new national champion. Ohio State won it last year. They're going to get knocked out in the first round
by the team that they beat in the 2003 national championship game. And it also is going to continue a streak of teams with a first-round bye being beaten in the playoffs.
All 4 last year did.
Carter Davis to attempt the extra point. His kick is up, and his kick is good. 24-14 Miami. Staked to a 14-0 lead in the first half, and even though Ohio State came back and made it a closer game with what they did since halftime, it certainly wasn't enough.
Yeah, they put together a game-winning drive, 10 plays, covered 70 yards, took 5:01 off the clock, and Shamar Brown gets the final 5 yards for a touchdown to put Miami up by 10 points.
His 6th rushing touchdown of the season. So 55 seconds remain in the game.
Number 20 for Ohio State is now wearing 98.
So the Buckeyes line up to get the kickoff, but the way things are right now, trailing 24-14.
Now, it's
Yeah.
Fumbled over. The Buckeyes came back and made it a ball game here in the second half.
They did.
Got it within 17-14 and just needed to get some stops defensively there in that last drive, and they couldn't come up with them.
And they really couldn't deal with Miami's defense the way the game started.
No.
Carter Davis kicks it off. James Peoples will let that land in the end zone for a touchback, so the Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And Ohio State looking at the season coming to an end with back-to-back losses. Losing to Indiana in the Big Ten championship game, and then dropping this one to Miami in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And our Hurricanes will move on to the Sugar Bowl, where they'll face either Georgia or Ole Miss, depending on the outcome. Or to the Fiesta Bowl, depending on the outcome of the Sugar Bowl tomorrow night.
Yeah. The way he went through there, it almost like we let him score, but
yes,
that wouldn't be very smart to do at this point.
1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 25-yard line, trailing 24-14. Julian Sand, who's been intercepted once and has thrown the touchdown pass, sets to take the snap in a shotgun. Gets the snap, Sand. Back to throw with some pressure coming. He'll crank and fire up the right side, and it is incomplete at the 45 for Carnell Tate, who is covered by Zechariah Poyser, the safety. And 49 seconds left.
And these pass rushers are going to tee off now because there's no doubt what Ohio State's going to do.
And the pass rushers have been pretty much a big culprit in making it a difficult night for Ohio State.
Yeah, 5-sack ball game. It's back-to-back 5-sack ball games. And their 2 losses.
After they had only given up 6 all year.
It's not official yet, but...
Yeah. 2nd and 10, Ohio State at their own 25 with 49 seconds to play. Empty backfield for Julian Sand. 3 wide right, 2 wide left. Hinsman snaps it, Sand back to throw. Sand now in trouble, hit while throwing, and that one goes upfield, and it is intercepted. And Miami will go to the ground as Jacoby Thomas picks it off right around the Ohio State 45-yard line. That is the 2nd interception thrown by Julian Sand. Jacoby Thomas with his 5th interception of the season. And if it wasn't done already, the bird has been cooked. 43 seconds remaining in the game.
And the Buckeye fans are heading to the exits. A lot of them already left. As Miami knocks off the defending national champions, they'll take a knee down and the ball game will be over.
Well, there were a lot of people that thought the U was back, and they certainly have played like it their last 2 games. And it comes at the expense of an Ohio State team that had everything going their way for so long all season.
Had a big victory over the team up north, and that was the final victory of the year.
Miami will snap this ball from the Ohio State 44 with a bunch of people surrounding Carson Beck. He'll take the snap, take a knee. Players start shaking hands with one another out there. 38 seconds and counting in the 4th quarter clock.
Congratulations to Mario Cristobal and their staff. He's done a good job of getting this program back to the top.
He's now 2-0 against Ohio State. He brought that Oregon team to Columbus and beat the Buckeyes when he was the coach of the Ducks. Clock put in motion, and that's going to take care of it. The season will come to an end for Ohio State, suffering their 2nd loss of the year as they fall to the Miami Hurricanes tonight by a score of 24-14 here at the Cotton Bowl in Texas. We'll pause. This is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile, get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
Stay tuned for the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show coming up. Brought to you by Encova Insurance, Bob Evans Farms, and by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Already prepping for next week's matchup? Get your best rest yet with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop Bob's and choose from pillows, soft, plush, dual feel, and extra firm mattresses with Bobopedic memory foam that will have you dreaming of game day in no time. So shop in store or online to score the latest and affordable luxury mattresses without the luxury price tag. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Now back to the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Now the season comes to an end for the Ohio State Buckeyes here at the Cotton Bowl. They fall to the Miami Hurricanes 24-14. Jim, Miami's defense in the first half really got Ohio State backwards, and that's kind of what really set this game swinging in the way that it did.
Yeah, certainly when you look at it, that pick six, being 7 points in that ball game, got them up 14-0. Then Ohio State, just couldn't quite get anything going there in that first half. Missed a field goal there at the in that end of the second quarter, and went in there with no points. Came back, showed a lot of heart, especially in that third quarter, into the fourth quarter. Put together two nice drives to make it a ball game, to get back into it. A 3-point ball game, but just couldn't quite get the stops, couldn't get the plays offensively or to extend things. Got a holding call, end up getting backed up a little bit there, a sack, and you're facing a 3rd and 27, 3rd and 30, 4th and 27. You punt the ball away, and they get the ball at the 30-yard line, and they finish the game off. Miami did a heck of a job there, controlling the clock there on that final drive to really put it out of hand. And this was the number one defense in the country. The most points that they'd given up all season was 24 in this ball game, and they just took advantage of Ohio State. And their defense really did an outstanding job against an offensive line that was down 2 starters. You look at it in that ball game, Tagovailoa was out of the game. He'd been substituted a lot throughout the course of the year, and then you lose Austin Sareveld, your captain at left tackle, so they got switched around a little bit. But I like the way they fought, especially in that second half. They made some plays. Jeremiah Smith, he did what Jeremiah Smith does. He had 7 catches in this ball game. I thought Julian Sain played better in that second half, but he needs some help. It takes everybody, and that offensive line just couldn't quite get it done against this Miami Hurricane defensive front led by Ruben Bain.
Miami moves ahead 12-2, their record with a win. Ohio State season ends at 12-2. 24-14 the final, Miami with a victory. Buckeye fans, take your football game, your game day to the next level with help from your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Stock up on your favorites from brands like Pringles, Cheez-It, and Coca-Cola, or choose from their delicious catering options. Giant Eagle is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. In the final, 24-14, Miami defeats Ohio State. Coming up, we'll hear from players and coaches as the Encova postgame show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Toyota-thon is on, and it's the perfect time to wrap up the year with a new Toyota, like the best-selling Toyota Camry. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Camrys, or lease a new 26 Camry LE for $269 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details, or go to toyota.com. Toyota, Let's go places.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
The Fan. Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye fans, say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings with a fixed price plan with AEP Energy. Visit aepenergy.com to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 24-14, the final. Miami defeats Ohio State. We'll have more of the Encova Insurance postgame show coming up on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Electrical and Teledata Professionals of Central Ohio, represented by IBEW Local Union 683 and the Central Ohio chapter of NECA, are proud to support our team for another electrifying season. Whatever your electrical and teledata needs, you'll be a winner by getting wired by our professionals. Spearheading these state-of-the-art services is our Electrical Trades Center in Columbus, Ohio. Implementing both classroom and on-the-job instruction, they assure continued top performance. To find an electrical and teledata professional, visit www.cohneca.org. We'll see you at the game.
Your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan. This is the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
24-14, Miami defeats Ohio State. Our game summary brought to you by the James. When you choose the James at Ohio State for your cancer care, you're choosing access to the most advanced cancer treatments available. From the team who specializes in treating just one type of cancer, yours. For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State. The scoring started in the second quarter. Miami got on the board first. Quarterback Carson Beck, a 10-yard touchdown pass to running back Mark Fletcher to put the Canes up 7-0. And then Keontae Scott, defensive back, picked off Julian Sand and went 70 yards with a pick six to give Miami a 14-0 lead, and it stayed that way going into halftime. The Buckeyes' only chance, Jaden Fielding, missed on a 50-yard field goal try. Then the first possession of the third quarter, the Buckeyes moved downfield. Bo Jackson scored on a 1-yard run. Point after made it 14-7 Hurricanes. And Carter Davis added a field goal for Miami, 49 yards out to up their lead to 17-7. That's the way it was at the end of three quarters. Julian Sand in the fourth quarter, a 14-yard TD pass to Jeremiah Smith on fourth down to make it 17-14 favor Miami. But then in the fourth quarter, a clinching touchdown. Shamar Brown of Miami, a 5-yard run plus the point after. And that put us at the final margin of victory, 24-14. Miami defeating Ohio State. More of the Encova Insurance postgame show coming up on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Bob Evans asks, who will be the superior side? Is it the rich, creamy, indulgent classic Bob Evans mashed potatoes? Or is it that decadent union of pasta and cheese, Bob Evans mac and cheese? Is it farm fresh potatoes blended with real milk and butter for that just like homemade taste? Or is it the melty, gooey goodness of tender elbow macaroni smothered in real cheese sauce? Both are ready in just minutes. So, which delicious side will you choose? Find Bob Evans in the refrigerated section.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Now back to the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
24-14, the final. Miami defeats Ohio State here at the Cotton Bowl. Time for our International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers electric play of the game. It was Ohio State's second score that brought them within 3 points of Miami's lead. Bo Jackson will be the setback off the right hip of Julian Sayin. Carnell Tate wide right, Jeremiah Smith wide left. Two tight ends on the right side of the line on fourth down. Now Jackson